T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
Two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Hello, lovely people, and welcome back to another Monday Night Live Transfer Deadline Day special. And we're delighted to be joined by the one and only, the genius behind GRM Daily, Cheeky Sport member, Jike. Big up yourself, Jike.
Thank you, guys. Good to be back, man. Good to be back.
Been a minute. It's been a minute.
Trust me, bro. What's going on, bro?
Hopefully, you guys get promoted next season. We make this more regular.
Yeah,
bro.
we'll come back next season, get another 4 points off you, man. You know what I mean?
All right.
I doubt that, but yeah.
But no, we've got some great topics to speak about today. Going to speak about Fabio Carvalho ranking this January transfer window. Also going to be speaking about Minamino and Origi, as well as Nat Phillips, and just a roundup in general. But first and foremost, the reason why we have Jike on here, if you don't know already, is because Jike is an avid Fulham fan. Obviously, the player that we're linked with heavily at the moment is Fabio Carvalho. So I thought it's only right that we bring in Jike to give us an in-depth look at the only Fabio Carvalho. Before we get into it, though, people, please, bit of housekeeping. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you check out Cheeky Sport and subscribe to them as well. So let's get into it, people. So, Jike.
Yes.
A couple of years ago, we took Harvey Elliott from Fulham.
Still recovering
from that. To be a star, as you told us he would be.
Yeah.
Now we're heavily linked with another starlet of yours, Fabio Carvalho. Now, maybe I'm being a bit selfish here, but I don't know much about him apart from YouTube clips. Now, if I'm going to be honest, a lot of Liverpool fans will say they know a lot about him, but we probably don't.
Yeah.
You're a Fulham fan. You attends matches regularly. You've watched him play week in, week out. Just give us a rundown about how talented this guy is and what's his best position.
So, first of all, I think his best position, he operates as a number 10, which is why I think it's going to be quite interesting to see if he does come to Liverpool, where he fits in your system, because that's his natural position, I would say, number 10. He's got great link up with Mitrovic. But however, I do think he can operate out wide. He can play in the front three on the left or the right. He doesn't naturally play there, but I think he can convert into a player like that. In terms of how good he is, personally, he's a lot better than Harvey Elliott was at Fulham. And that's saying a lot. I mean, you look at what Harvey Elliott's doing now for you, or did for you guys before his big injury. He is, I think, got the potential to be a generational talent. He is.
Right, me putting the banner now. Exclusive, you know.
I'm telling you, he is. You know, and it's not often I say this about players, and I think we had Ryan Sessegnon at Fulham, and we were really like, that was like our big youth product. We were gassing him up. We were saying he's going to do this and do that. He's a lot better than he was, a lot better. And I think Sessegnon had the stats to back it up. He scored a lot of goals in the Championship. He's got a lot of assists, but he was very much a right time, the right place, right time type of player. Whereas Carvalho, in terms of like genuine natural ability, is like I genuinely think like the top is very attainable for someone like him. Having watched him week in, week out.
Interesting.
Yeah. Do you know what? I want to ask you, Jake.
I told you.
A lot of
Yeah.
us fans, yeah, I've kind of like, obviously, because again, I haven't watched him. I've only seen like YouTube clips and stuff here, but a lot of us have kind of likened him a little bit to say Coutinho. And I don't know whether that's kind of lazy, a lazy comparison, but again, would you say he's like that? Or would you say
I
they're
can see
different?
I can see the comparisons definitely. I think there are a lot of similar attributes between someone like Coutinho and Carvalho. Obviously, not to the same level of Coutinho, but in the mold of him, yeah, 100%. I think for me, like the reason why I love watching him play is because he takes on players, which is obviously always a great thing. But I think the way he finds space and maneuvers in tight areas is something I don't think I've ever seen at Fulham from a player. You'll see him go 1-on-1 or have 2-3 players crowding around him, and suddenly he's in the 6-yard box, go through on goal, squaring it to someone, and we've scored. It's quite hard to, like. I think the sort of low sense of gravity reminds me of someone like a Hazard, where he operates and just finds little pockets to get into areas. And I think he can shoot from range, which he's proven this season for Fulham. His stats are good, but they would have been a lot better because he was out the side for like, I think it was 2-3 months at one point. He had an injury. He had COVID. God knows if it's true or not, but there was a lot of speculation about his contract at the time. So he started the season like he flew out the blocks. I think there was one game against Millwall where he was just unplayable. When he came back from his injury, he seemed a little bit off the pace, but I think the last 4 or 5 games, I don't think it's that much of a coincidence that we've gone on that crazy scoring run. He's been a big part of that. He's been a huge part of that. So, but yeah, going back to the question about Coutinho, I do see the similarities. There are different players to an extent, but I think there are. Yeah, I can see where the people are coming from with stuff like that.
Right.
Fair enough. Jack,
he definitely looks like him to me.
Yeah, yeah, no, he does.
No,
he
real
does.
talk. Real talk. When I was watching him, I was like, yeah, this is Coutinho. This is why we didn't buy anyone, because we knew we had the rebirth coming. Edwards all saw it. You know what I mean? He saw the future. Klopp knew. It's like, you lot are crying about Coutinho. Now I'm going to get him, but he'll be reincarnated like when you play Football Manager and the player retires and he comes back again. So,
I hear that.
The regions that come back and value's already 5 mil. You're like, what?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Look, even if you lot want 7 or 8, I don't really care. Just do it. Like, I'm going to be honest. I feel bad for Fulham. Like I do, a couple of your prodigies who've come through, you didn't get as much money as you should have for Sessegnon. You didn't get as much for Elliott. And Carvalho now, this isn't going to be like, so from a normal point of view, from a human point of view, bro. I feel bad for you lot because you're producing all these star players and then you don't get the money. So even if Liverpool gave you 10 to just be like, do you know what? Fair, let's just get it done. Do it. Like, it's easily worth it. You can clearly see it.
10 mil is an absolute bargain for this player. Absolute bargain.
Yeah,
honestly, even 15 mil is a bargain. It's a bargain even then. And I think if I was Liverpool and I was, and I had and I was looking at this and saying, how do we get the best out of the situation? Buy him for whatever we're asking for. I would say that, because if it goes to summer, you never know what happens in 6 months. He might might sign a contract elsewhere. Suddenly, all these big clubs in Europe are going to start sniffing in for him again, because if he stays at Fulham this window, he will continue for the rest of the season playing at the level he's playing at. He's already attracting every single big club in Europe. I think you've got first right on him at the moment. You know what I mean? He wants to go to you lot. It's clear. I think the Liverpool effect, the Klopp effect, I think that sort of works in your favor here. And I think get it over the line, because his value will, obviously we'll lose out money, but personally, I don't care. It's not my money. I'm not getting the 10 mil. I'm not getting the 50 mil. I'd rather see him play for another 6 months under the Fulham banner, not under the, he's on loan from Liverpool banner. Do you know what I mean? So
real talk, bro.
Yeah, so I think personally, I think Fulham are going to play hardball because they do want to keep him. They don't want to get rid of him. So
definitely.
God knows how much money, if he goes to an English club, God knows how much we'll get at a tribunal. But I think we'd rather take the risk and hope that somehow he has a change of mind and decides to stay for a season at Fulham. But but he's honestly he's an insane talent, and I think someone like Liverpool's the best place for him. Having seen someone like Harvey Elliott come from Fulham, go to Liverpool, and actually develop into quite a serious player. He was starting for you guys, and was he was part of the plans for Klopp before he got that injury. So I think Carvalho, if he comes to Liverpool, he'll be pushing for a starting 11 place at some point very soon. That's my opinion.
You know what? The key thing you said there, bro, is he wants Liverpool, and that's the thing that is kind of stopping me from panicking. But at the same time, you're right. Werner wanted Liverpool when he ended up at Chelsea. You can't always be like complacent when you know a player wants you. So Thiago, for example, wanted Liverpool, and we knew we could haggle. And I feel like we're trying to do the same with the Carvalho because he's made it clear he wants to come to Liverpool, but he will change his mind if a bigger or a more attractive club comes in for him. If a Bayern Munich or somebody like that comes along, he might go, oh, actually, hang on, that actually might be a better move. Do you know what I mean? Like we've got to be like on it now. Don't be stupid about it.
That's what I was just gonna say. So Dortmund are starting to be linked with him, and let's be honest, if anyone knows how to spot talent, it's Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
Do you reckon Fulham are kind of digging their heels in here? Because obviously the situation with Harvey Elliott, where he went for a lot less than you could have potentially got. I mean, you guys thought you were going to get a lot more in the tribunal, ended up getting a lot less. Yeah. Do you think it's a case of you're going to go and try and risk maybe going to a tribunal again, not knowing what might happen because 5 million is low? Obviously, Harvey Elliott was only 16 at the time. Carvalho is now 19. So again, there could be more than 5 million in this. I don't think you'll get anything less than 5 million if it goes to tribunal. Do you think that may be the plan?
I do think so. I think the Fulham board or whoever is in control of negotiations, they probably have a figure in their head, and they're going. I think they're quite specific on if it doesn't go anywhere above this point, we're not going to sell. Because I think for us, promotion is very key for us, and I think if he goes in this fashion and gets loaned back to Fulham, I'm not one of them, but I think certain fans might look at it and go, why are we loaning him back? He's already gone to Liverpool. His heart's not in it. And I think the mood might change around him playing for Fulham. Whereas if we hold on to him, there's still that sort of thing in the back of our minds where we think maybe he might change his mind. I think the mentality changes. And I think also going to a tribunal, we would be quite confident in getting a decent amount of money for him. So, you think about how much money, we would make from getting promotion to the Premier League. I think that's our main priority right now. And I think if we don't get enough money for him, we won't sell. It's as simple as that, really.
You say that though, Jab, but do you remember when you lot thought you could get 10 for Elliot and you only ended up with 3.3 or something like that, and you was very disappointed? The tribunal people don't seem to really favour the club that the players left. It could be a risk to go to tribunal. It actually could be.
It could be, but I think from what I heard anyway, I think with the 3.3 mil was the actual money we received, whereas I think we ended up taking a little bit off the Harry Wilson deal. I think there was like a little deal that was struck on the side.
Oh, okay.
So a little bit, but even still, it's a very small amount in comparison to what. So Liverpool, I think Liverpool last offered 5 million and 2 million on add-ons. I personally wouldn't take that. I don't see any benefit of us gaining potentially 7 million pounds when you could go to a tribunal at the end of the season. And even if it's half that amount, we've still got him for another 6 months as Fulham. And there's still potential that he might think, do you know what? Fulham are promoted now. I'll do one season with them and then go to Liverpool afterwards. So there's so many different factors involved in it where I feel like it makes it favour us not taking a small amount, because I think financially, if you're looking at it as a numbers man, you'll go take the money now. But I think that's not the main priority here. And I think, as you say, because of the previous experience with Liverpool in the tribunal, I think there might be a little bit of sour grapes involved in that. Do you know what I mean? Because they probably thought we're going to get a lot more than we did. So
hopefully we sweetened you up with Wilson, though.
Sorry.
He did, to be fair. We paid a decent amount of money for him, though. What was it, 10, 12 mil?
But he was valued at 20 though the summer before, so we still got him at a discount. You know what I mean?
Paul Joyce has just tweeted, guys. So Paul Joyce, Jack, is correspondent for the Times and the Sunday Times.
It's the banner now, Cal. I think I put.
Okay, so I'll just read it out there for anyone who's listening. Liverpool continuing talks over Fabio Carvalho tonight. Fulham driving a hard bargain over what they feel is a fair fee. Player would stay at Fulham for the rest of the season if the deal gets done. Yeah. So, Jack, it seems as though obviously it doesn't look like. Well, it's 50-50 on whether we get him. But whatever happens, he'll be staying at your club for the rest of the season.
Yeah. And that's better for him, though, isn't it? Because again,
regardless of what happens.
Yeah. No, go on, Jack.
I agree. It's better for him because I think. Sorry. Yeah, I agree. I think it's better for him because, I think he's on such good form at Fulham. It makes no sense for him to go to Liverpool and sit on the bench for the rest of the season. I think he might as well continue his good run of form, and I think it benefits both parties in that aspect. But I think the way in which this window ends will probably affect how he's involved in the squad. I feel like, for example, if we end up canter into a 10, 15 point lead in the league, which is very possible. We might think, do you know what, this guy's not here next season. We're going to shove him back on the bench, and then we might not. There's so many different. That's why it's quite a complicated situation, because there's so many different components to it. Whereas I feel like the way in which this window ends will affect how we look at him as fans. Not me personally, because I look at it logically and I think, if one of the biggest clubs in the world are asking for you and they're putting so much effort into sign you, you go. I had to take my Fulham bias hat off and realize that as a young player, and you have aspirations of being one of the best players in the world, which I'm pretty sure he does, you go. It's as simple as that. And I think, a lot of Fulham fans are being emotional and looking at it and going, oh, I never want to see him play again. It's like, well, that's detrimental to our promotion push. So it makes no sense. But I think that will probably have an effect on things depending on whether he goes or not. So I think that's where it changes. Like, people say, oh, yeah, he's going to stay regardless. Yeah, but in what capacity, I think, is going to be the deciding factor here. So,
yeah.
No,
I agree.
Not any players you lot could do with, like on a genuine level, like even like a Nat Phillips or so. Is there nobody in our squad that you could have had?
He's already gone, bro. He's gone.
No, but I'm saying when we first started the negotiations, he hadn't gone. Do you get what I mean? Like, is there not a player Fulham need or a position where we had a player we could have gave you?
I think in terms of positions, I'd say maybe like a centre back, or maybe someone to replace him at that number 10 role. Thing is, we can put other players in there, like Tom Kearney can push up and play it as a 10. But I think, we would need somebody to replace him, I would say. So I don't know who would make sense in that role. I don't know if anyone in your team who operates as a number 10 would, or can play as a 10 per se, would actually come down to the Championship and play for us, because I think a lot of your sub-bench players who play in attacking positions probably wouldn't do that. So and I think that's another issue, is just replacing him. But
I can imagine, knowing you're definitely coming back up, I can imagine possibly being able to convince Ox to go there with it being a London club.
If we went up, but
you never know, Like, Fulham's a London club. Like, you never know.
No, remember World Cup year as well. Ox ain't going out to the Championship for now.
Yeah, do you think Ox believes he can get back in the England squad?
No, do you know what I think? Do you know what I do think though? Level though. No disrespect to Fulham, I think Ox probably feels like he could play in like a West Ham team, something like a West Ham. I think he could, that type. I think he would probably think, but
if Fulham get their signings right, they could become a mid-table Premier League team.
But here's the thing, though, and Jack, and I think Jack, you said this before, and quote me if I'm wrong. You said the thing is with Fulham is like, you guys are actually too good for the Championship. Like, we've already established, you're way too good. But then when you come to the Prem, that transition's hard, because you kind of have to get everything spot on, and there's always that thing of potentially going back down again. So a little bit of a yo-yo.
I think the big issue is that, to sort of sidetrack a little bit, I think the big issue is that every time we've got up is via the playoffs, and we've never really prepared properly for the season. We get loads of loan players in, which I don't think is a good thing, because you don't feel like they're fully committed to the club, especially if you've got 5-6 players on loan. And I think that sort of didn't really help us in crucial parts, especially last season. Because I think last season, after we beat you guys away, I thought we're staying up. Like we
have a little dig there, Jack. We see what you're doing.
Yeah. So I slipped that one in there. We'll give him that one. We'll give him that one.
For us, that was like a big turning point in the season, because we looked at that. We've just beaten the champions at home. Granted, you guys were going through a very tough patch in that period. I'm not gonna lie. Was it like 600?
Yeah, it was very tough.
Yeah. All right. We see you, Jack.
We don't put that in the history books. We just say we beat you. Or we beat the champions away from home. But I think, and I think a lot of someone like a Brentford, they've shown how you can do it. I feel like we have the capacity to do something like that. I think preparation is always key. But you're right, getting someone like an Ox or someone like that, it would be great. But at the same time, I don't think he would come to Fulham. But secondly, with his heart being here, like, it's very hard to find that balance.
Do you know what would be a great move? If we loaned Curtis Jones to Fulham to get some first-team football. That would be a brilliant move for everyone involved, in my opinion.
I agree.
Would you sacrifice? Here's the thing. When I say sacrifice, I understand where you're coming from. But you see the problem with us, Drift, as things are currently, and I say currently constructed, because we have so many midfielders, that pick up injuries, I feel like we wouldn't sanction that move. I would only say we'd sanction that if Klopp kind of knew we could rely on more midfielders. But bro, Thiago
No, I mean
picks up-
Carvalho comes now, and we loan Curtis Jones to them for
But then we're
18
gonna have
months.
to pay
So
them
he-
more. Then we're gonna have
Yeah,
to pay
I
them
d-
even more.
yeah.
Then we're gonna have to pay them more. Did you say?
Yeah, if we're gonna take him now, Fulham aren't gonna settle for what potentially they would.
What, an
settle for.
18-month Curtis loan move, and we take Carvalho now, so they get the money.
18
and they-
18 months. What, year and a
Yeah,
half?
because I think he should be on loan at Fulham in the Premier League for a season. As I want Curtis to get as much first team football to truly become who he's got to be.
Bro,
I'll be honest,
I
you're better off
wouldn't-
trying to loan someone like Musialski or Balagizi rather than
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
they're not
Curtis.
established. Fulham are going to want someone who's actually going to ball out for them.
Coming and
Those guys
actually
have got a
tough
question
us, yeah.
mark against them.
I don't know.
Do
Do
you
you
know
know
what I'm
what?
saying?
I hear what you're saying because you want Curtis Jones to get more minutes.
I want
if
him
he's
to
not-
play football. Like, he needs
But
to play
bro,
football now,
No,
bro.
but bro, here's the thing though. Curtis Jones is how old is he now? Sorry, Curtis Jones?
He just turned 20.
He just turned 20, yeah.
That's quite
Remember
young,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, remember what Man City did with Foden? They didn't loan him out. They kind of just like eased him in.
Bro, they're an
in.
exception, not the rule. Though.
Bro,
I think
I hear
Foden's a
you.
bit of a different scenario.
I hear
Yeah.
you. I hear you.
You've got to look at Gallagher. You've got to look at Tomori. You've got to look at young players who didn't look good. And then when they play every week, you're like, wow, this kid is good, man.
No. But Curtis Jones, I think, looks good. It's just that there's more, obviously, that he can do. But I don't know whether loaning him out, because here's the thing, Jim. He's had that sniff, that sample last year, which is his breakout year. He had that, and he played well for us. If he then goes out on loan, I've got a funny feeling that might affect his confidence, because he's in a
18
different
months would be a
situation
long
from
time.
Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott went out on loan originally because he never had no exposure. Curtis Jones has had that sniff of exposure.
Yeah,
and then
but bro,
that's
when's
what
he
I'm
going
worried
to
about.
play if
All
everyone's
right,
fit?
check it on the other side, Drift. Say, for example, we send them out on an 18-month loan. We're not going to include an option to buy in there for a start. In 18 months' time, we're going to have Carvalho and Carvalho and Harvey Elliott, who have been 18 months with the Liverpool squad integrated into the Liverpool team. It's going to be even harder for Jones to get back in the team then.
Yeah.
All right, we'll then just give them a 6-month loan so he at least helps them in their promotion push then to make sure that they definitely get back up then. I'm just saying, give them a player who's got the quality who will help to make sure Fulham don't feel like we're shafting them.
All right,
And
but
like, Curtis Jones is a good player.
Here's a conundrum. How do you go to Curtis Jones and tell him, right, we're going to send you off on loan now when we could potentially, we're in 4
And
competitions.
we're bringing in another young player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who could potentially like upset you? Because if he does really well, let's
He's
be
got to
real.
be professional, and he's got to understand that if Klopp says to
No,
him
we
is to get you
understand
regular
that.
football, then just take your opportunity to go and prove that you've got to
No,
come
but
back
bro,
and play.
he's probably feeling he's ahead though. Because really and truly, we've still got to remember Curtis Jones is still an established Premier League player. Fabio Carvalho isn't, right? So Curtis Jones would still be thinking, even I know, he probably already knows him, but knows the guy's good. He's gonna be thinking like, bro, I'm ahead of you. So like, why am I getting not dashed, obviously, but like getting swapped for you when I've got a better reputation than you?
They're all going to become part of the Liverpool main team all at the same time, hopefully. So he'd go on loan, get football in his legs, understand that this is how great we know you are. Look, you're playing at that level. And then if you think about it, Jones, Elliott, and Carvalho would actually be part of, like, in 3 or 4 years' time, the actual future of Liverpool when they're all about 23.
I hear you.
It's like, right, you lot are at the peak age all together now.
I hear that.
You've got stages. Football happens in stages.
Bro, I hear you,
Kane
but
was on loan at 20 years old. And now
he was
he's
a bit of an
England's
anomaly,
best
though.
striker. Like, do you know what I mean?
I
Like,
hear you.
sometimes you got to do this stuff, bro.
Yeah, but Kane was nowhere near the Tottenham team at that age.
Yeah,
No
but he
way.
was good enough to
he's a
be.
different
He
bit of
was
an
good
anomaly,
enough to
though.
be, clearly,
No,
because
not
he
at 20
proved
wasn't,
it.
bro. At 20, he wasn't, bro.
Nah, he was, bro. It's just Tottenham didn't have the faith in him. Because he played
wasn't
well
good
on
enough.
loan. He came back and his first
time
season
he
back
weren't,
at...
Bruv,
But he
at that
wasn't
time,
good
he
enough
won.
at
I'm gonna
20,
be
was
real.
he?
I remember when I first saw Kane, I was like,
He was raw.
this guy's kind of
Yeah, but at 21 years old in his first season at
Mm.
Tottenham, back at Tottenham, including Europa League, he got like 25 goals or something like that. Like, he clearly was good enough. He
He was about
clearly was good
23,
enough. Do you know
24
what I mean?
Wasn't he about
Yeah, I'm
23,
trying to remember.
23 that age?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember
'cause he's
the
only
year.
27 now. I think he was like
No,
21 when he
no,
first came
no,
into the
no.
Tottenham side.
He was. I'm trying to remember the age. I might have to double check
But
it.
it
But
was,
all I'm trying-
wasn't it Sherwood when he came into the team?
I think
Yes.
it would have been Sherwood.
yeah, it was Sherwood. It was
Yeah,
Sherwood.
about 6 or 7 years ago, he was young. He's only, what,
Let me-
27, 28 now? Harry
Let me see
Kane
if I
isn't
can
even
find-
old
Yeah,
now. He's been in...
I think so. Yeah, I think he might be
He's
right.
been at Tottenham for years now, guys. Like,
No,
he
has
was
been,
young.
but I remember
He
he
was
never
young,
settled
trust
and
me.
they loaned him out. I remember. No, you're right in that regard. So hold on. If I remember correctly, so I'm gonna see if I can find
So,
it.
Jake, what about goalkeeper? And we got a Champions League finalist goalkeeper. You want it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I might have to take a little hard pass on that one.
Fair enough.
You have to do bicycle kicks in the Championship and all that sort of stuff. I don't think he's ready for that. They've got a few lights that might F with his vision a bit. So yeah, as we all know, he's used to that. But also, I've just seen Fabrizio Romano tweet about Carvalho just now.
Yeah.
And he says Liverpool and Fulham are in direct contact for Fabio Carvalho since today. Well, he says today morning, obviously not great English, but Fulham want more than 6 to 7 million euros. Talks ongoing. Liverpool prepared to offer Carvalho a 5-year deal if they can agree a fee, but staying at Fulham until the end of the season. So he tweeted that 9 minutes ago.
Okay.
I think I'm not going to lie. From a Liverpool point of view, as a Liverpool fan, I think we're buoying it. I think when you've got a player of that level of talent and you clearly know that he's going to be the thing, it doesn't matter if his contract runs out in 6 months. You're taking liberties only offering 6 million euros. What's that, £4 million?
I think it's a joke. Yeah, it is,
Cal, because you've got to look at this from the club that you're taking him from point of view as well.
All right,
and it's a boy thing, man.
No,
it's a boy thing.
You got to think.
Drift. Dennis Zakaria, if I'm not mistaken, has gone for around the same sort of fee. He's an established European talent.
I was going to
But
say,
for me, that's different.
Carvalho's quality. No two ways about it. But he's 19 still, so there's a lot to be proven.
No,
yeah, but potential is worth more.
He's a prospect. He's a prospect.
Yeah, but to us, 4 mil's nothing. Like,
no, I hear it from your side.
I hear that.
For someone who's so important to our team, 4 million is nothing because we're going to replace. We can't replace him with 4 million of talent unless you find some crazy gem and boost him up into a serious player. Like to us, 4 million is not appealing. So that's why I feel like if Liverpool are going to be quite stern on that fee, he's not going to sign this summer in this window. So you have to wait till summer.
Yeah,
that's a shout. You just have to pray that he still has the same feeling towards Liverpool in the summer because I've heard Barca want him, I've heard Real Madrid want him, I heard Dortmund want him, and I'm sure as he plays throughout this season, Man City were going to want to buy him. All the big teams are going to want to buy him.
Yeah, definitely, Jack. 100%. And
that's why I think from you lot's point of view, get it over. Just pay for it. Get it over the line.
I think we will. I'm going to say we raise our bid. And I think because the fact of every single journalist now has kind of said we're still in negotiations says to me, there's a compromise that should hopefully be met. I reckon there will be a compromise, Jack. That's what I think. I think it will happen. I could be wrong, but that's just my general belief.
Kai Gordon. That's a great shout from Lakers. Kai Gordon would be
someone like Kai Gordon. That makes more sense to me.
Am I not correct in saying that Harry Wilson plays that position, Jack? On that sort of that right of the three?
Yeah, he does. He plays on the right of the three. So
could Wilson then become a 10?
A 10.
Someone like
Kai Gordon, but I think he gets a bit crowded out in the middle. I think he's played as a 10 for us before, and I think he's a lot more effective going down the right because Harry Wilson, when he's on form, he's a brilliant player. Like I've seen his issues that he can go missing in games quite a lot. But this season, like playing out on the right, I think he's been brilliant. He can operate as a 10, but he's not as effective, in my opinion, in that sort of role. But yeah, thank you for him, by the way. He's been brilliant for us this season. I
had a conversation with these lot the other day about Harry Wilson, but I'm not gonna speak about it on camera. I'm quite upset we never gave him an actual chance.
I mean, I said to Jack straight away, look after our boy because he's a brilliant player, and we always knew he might not quite be Liverpool level, but he's gonna be good for whoever gets him.
He's a Premier League quality player, hands down.
Yeah, guys. So it's cut in. I've got some more breaking news regarding Liverpool.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Arsenal because it's quite hilarious.
We'll get onto them a bit later. We'll get onto the calamity of Arsenal. We'll get to the calamity of Arsenal. So Neil Jones just tweeted literally about 4 minutes ago. He said Liverpool continuing in their efforts to land Fabio Carvalho from Fulham during the final hours of the transfer window. Understand there's still a chance Nico Williams and or Divock Origi may leave before 11 p.m. Taki Minamino almost certainly staying.
Yeah, and obviously when you have guests, you're not supposed to let the guests know that you have problems in your home. But
we'll get onto that.
But this Divock going and Taki staying. For me, yeah.
Don't mind.
All
It's
right,
just
cool.
alleged. If that happen, obviously, we'll get onto that though. We'll get onto that because
Yeah, I
even
don't want to argue
know
in front. I don't want to argue in front of the company, but you know what I mean. Like,
that don't, yeah, if that don't sit, yeah, I'm gonna be real, and I just quickly say off the bat, if Divock Origi was to leave and we kept Minamino, even I would be like, that don't make no sense to me. But we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that because that if that happens, that don't make no sense. I'll be honest with you, that don't make no sense to me.
Indeed.
It really don't.
As a neutral, that would be so. It would be so silly.
Yeah, that's just
so
crazy.
dumb. So dumb.
Hopefully it won't happen. But Jake, we're gonna lever you and let you leave, bro. Anything you want to say? Where can the people support and find you? Obviously, they should know where to. Where can they find
just to be honest, Twitter and Insta is just down there on the screen. Cool. So yeah, man, just hit me up on there, man. Hit me up on there.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for the Yes. Yeah, bro. Indeed. No, but thanks again, Jack, though, for obviously giving us some insight.
No, I was going to say, we hit you up quite late, bro. So for you to get back to us and come on, it means a lot, man. So thank you.
No, honestly, my pleasure, guys. Always happy to come and see you guys. So big up, man.
Nice one.
Thank you very much.
Easy, man. Big up.
Big up, Jack, man. Great insight.
Guys, just quickly, before we get into all the ifs and the buts and the maybes about the transfers and stuff, can one of you just quickly bring up the poll because it's ended now, and I was quite interested.
Oh, that you never told us you released, yeah?
Oh yeah, that poll.
I didn't need to tell anybody. You lot already knew.
Man said we're in a group. We work together, but I just went online and just see a Twitter poll that man never knew about, fam.
Because it was supposed to go out. It was my responsibility.
Your responsibility. So we don't
you lot left it to be my responsibility, right? So
I saw the tweet as well when it was like, make sure you pick on balance, team balance.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, because it wasn't about names. It was about picking a team that would actually work.
Oh, you made that very clear. Never on the other ones have you made it that clear.
Nah. You guys are the ones who always made that clear. That's why apparently my team was never good because it wouldn't work in real life.
You made it clear in the tweet.
Yes, indeed. Very decisive.
So if it doesn't matter where they play, why was it a big deal that Fowler was a support striker?
Very decisive this time.
I knew I was going to get screwed over from the show.
No, but just answer me. It didn't matter where the players played. If it didn't matter where the players played, why was it a big deal I had Fowler as a support striker?
When certain man will cry, when certain man will cry and them thing there, man was just like,
listen, it's all right, man. It's all right. If you guys are in the mud, it's all right.
It's cool, though.
Is anyone going to bring it up, or is it not possible?
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
The real
Give me a
ones
second.
know. I actually don't feel any way about it. The real ones know, innit?
Yeah, they do know. They know that I won.
Of course, the real ones know.
The real ones know.
Them men there that make up a bet.
Guys, sour grapes doesn't look good. Just take it on the chin.
No sour grapes for me, bro.
There's no sour grapes around here, bro.
In my heart, the real ones know, innit?
Bruv, I knew how much this meant to you when this is a draft. It's a game.
You know as well.
Look, guys, can you not see how salty these lot are? Like, do you want some chips with that salt, you lot?
Not being salty. I'm just saying, deep down, even you know, Drew.
Okay.
He knows. Oh, he knows.
Look, if I lost like I did when Matt won the last one, I would have just took it like I did then. But
really? But you didn't,
you guys
though.
Seem very salty, right?
You kept on bringing up man's position, bro. That's kind of ironic. Remember, you kept on telling me how I never couldn't play left winger.
That was during the show. After the show finished, I never mentioned anything about it.
Are you sure?
You lot are nearly a week down the line and you're still feeling a bit of I'm feeling animosity. I can feel the animosity. It feels like it feels like golf all over again.
Cal, do you remember behind the scenes at the golfing team? Certain man were bringing up position. Do you remember that, Cal? Remember the conversations?
All I remember from golf is being a winner again. That's all I remember.
You know what I'm saying? But it's cool though, bro. It's cool. It's cool, man.
Look, it's all right. It's all right. I'll sit the next one out so somebody else can win, innit?
You know? No, it's cool, bro. To be honest, I'd rather be playing football than golf. You know them ones there?
I'm all right with it. As I said, the real ones know, innit? The real ones know. When you got
I'd rather be R9 than Gareth Bale. You know what I mean? I'd rather be better at football than golf. Personally, that's just me, though. I'd rather be better at football. You know them ones there.
We'll bring that up before the show ends, though, Drew.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Of course.
All right, we're going to move on to the next topic. Right, so we're not going to spend too long on this segment. because we haven't done loads in this window. However, going into the window, none of us really expected us to do anything in this window.
Nothing.
Even the most optimistic Liverpool fan, in hindsight, they might say, "Yeah, I knew we'd get someone." Really and truly, no, we didn't. We thought the next thing we'd do.
Don't do this to me unless this is real. Sorry, Cal. Don't please. Don't do that to me unless it's real. Yeah, sorry, Cal. Go on.
So, but none of us expected anything to happen. If it was going to happen, we expected outgoings as opposed to incomings. Now we've signed Luis Diaz, who, again, I don't want this to be taken out of context, but really and truly, he's a player that we could have done with at the beginning of the window. Now, that's not me being ungrateful. I'm over the moon we've got that deal. But when you look at how we were depleted with Naby, Mane, and Salah going, that's a deal that maybe we could have got at the beginning of the window.
Sorry to interrupt, Carl. Breaking news.
Brilliant AFCONs, by the way. Even Naby, brilliant AFCONs from the boys.
Sorry, guys. Breaking news. So I'm going to have to keep doing this a few times. So apologies if I do cut in. I just want to keep everyone up to date. So a Belgian journalist called Sven Klaas, who's obviously Belgian journalist, he knows his thing, has just recently tweeted, Divock Origi is staying at Liverpool. Divock Origi will not be making any transfer during this winter.
So I get another 4 months to make peace with.
It would look that way, yes. It would look that way, yes. So just for people that just tuned in, it does look like it's just been confirmed that Divock Origi is staying at Liverpool.
When Divock bangs in a winning goal in one of the finals that hopefully we get to, as well as the one we're already in, I'm just hoping that Liverpool realise what are we doing here, and they give him another deal, and he becomes our Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in playing terms for the rest of his Liverpool career. What better than to have a guy on the bench who always comes on, scores important goals, and knows his role is that.
We're going to get to Divock. But obviously we signed Luis Diaz.
Indeed.
A player that, let's be honest, a lot of teams around Europe could do with. You just look at the Premiership alone. Luis Diaz potentially walks into a lot of those teams. We've managed to acquire him. We were looking at getting him in the summer. We've got him in January. It's a fantastic signing. Now, obviously, we've let players go as well. Nat's just gone out on loan. If I'm not mistaken, has anyone else gone out?
No, just Nat Phillips.
Just Nat Phillips at the moment. Yeah, gone to Bournemouth. Origi, Taki, but no one else has gone out. Out of 10, guys, because we were never going to get all the problems sorted in one window. It's impossible. Out of 10, what would you rank this window?
Basing it on it being a January window, which is when business will always be about a third of what a summer business would be, just in general. I'll say it's about an 8.5, bro. To get a player of Diaz's caliber during the January window is sensational, bro.
Yeah, I think it's a very good signing. And again, I'm glad the club acted, because they could have easily sat there and gone, you know what, we were going to get him in the summer, but, we're not now. So we'll move on to another target. This was one, obviously, Klopp really, really wanted. And again, I think it speaks to the fact of Klopp has a list, or is given a list of players he wants in a position. It's obvious Luis Diaz was top on that list, because if he wasn't, we wouldn't have gone in for him. Similar to Zakaria. Zakaria might have been on the list, but he obviously wasn't our number one target, because we could have got him because he costs around the same amount as we're looking to pay for Carvalho. So, again, I think Liverpool have done really good business this window. Obviously, we will speak about the outgoing player who left today. There's always players who you can turn around and say, oh, we missed out on this player, we missed out on that player. That is life. We're never going to be able to sign all the players ever. But in terms of the single best transfer from a Premier League team this window, currently, obviously, Man City can argue Alvarez maybe in a year or two. But as things stand right now, I think it's either Bruno for Newcastle, given their situation and the type of player he is, or it's got to be Luis Diaz, in my opinion.
Well, Luis Diaz is the better player. So I get where you come from, because that's a game changer for Newcastle.
Bruno's quality as well, Drew.
No. I know he's good. I know he's a quality player, but he's not as good as Diaz, though. I say Diaz is still a better player, but what Bruno is going to do for Newcastle, in my opinion, is kind of like what Robinho and Adebayor did for Man City, where it was like that first kind of player where you went, oh, right, okay, they can attract a big player for whatever the reason. Look, clearly a big player's gone there, and then other people will follow. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like that will be the kind of catalyst for Newcastle if they can stay up to be able to go to players like how they would have with Coutinho as an example, if he'd still been at Barca, and go, look, you got this guy here, you're going to be playing with him. What are you saying? And now, whenever Newcastle go to buy a player now, like, let's be real, the way what's his name has been playing in midfield for them, they're Brazilian. Joe Linton. Like, the banter has to stop. As a midfielder, he's actually a brilliant footballer. Finishing seems to be the only thing he's not good at, bro.
Brilliant drift. He's good.
Bro, his passing is good. His dribbling is good. His strength is good. His work rate is unbelievable. It's like finishing was the only thing he wasn't good at, which is why him being a striker wasn't really that good of an idea.
No. Not brilliant.
And he was a wide player before Newcastle bought him. It was a bit weird they even bought him to be a central striker when he used to be a wide player anyway. So from the games that I've watched of him playing in midfield, he looks really good to me, bro. As a central midfielder or attacking midfielder or whatever, box to box, whatever, I think he looks good. I reckon if he plays there week in, week out, he'll develop, get more used to the role. And I reckon nobody will be thinking he's a poor player in the next maybe 6 to 12 months.
I'll maintain he's good. I'm not going to use the word brilliant with him, no drift. Like, I just say he's good.
All right, maybe brilliant might be far, but he's a bloody good player, bro. And he's proven that finishing might be the only thing he's not good at. He can even tackle, Matt. Like, he's a good player. It was just he was looking like a poor player up front. Do you get what I mean? Because he hasn't got good finishing. But you play him in midfield where he doesn't have to worry about getting goals, and he's got all the other attributes to do well at all the other stuff, bro. So I think if you got him, you got Bruno, you add one or two, you know what I mean? You've got St. Max and whatever. Newcastle could build something if they survive, man.
I actually think they're doing it different to what Man City did, though. Because you said Robinho, Bruno's not a big name and he's not a glamour signing. He's a signing that could potentially be like a foundation piece for the next 4 or 5 years. He's a very good central midfielder.
Yeah. I don't mean glamour like Robinho, but what I mean is it's the player to make everybody else realize that they mean business. Take them serious. And if you're going to go there, you get to play with that guy. Do you get what I mean? Like it's more alluring to a player going to Newcastle to be like, oh, right, he's already there. All right, cool. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, he's not a glamour signing, but he definitely makes everybody realize they're going to be playing with a baller. You put St. Max on top of that, and Newcastle slowly getting in the ballers. Do you get what I mean? The players that start to make you realize going there ain't a joke anymore. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, they're going to be a serious outfit if they can add a few pieces. Like, just imagine they get a real striker, Cal. So you got Max, you got Bruno, you know what I mean? And then say they get a proper striker. All of a sudden, bro, they're starting to look like a mid-table club already. Do you get what I mean? So, yeah, man.
Agreed. I'll probably give the window a 7.5 to an 8. Luis Diaz, brilliant signing. Also, the fact that we didn't lose as many players as I thought we could have potentially lost in this window as well. I think that's what's made it a better summer. But obviously, we did lose one. Unfortunately, Demo, look away now. But we are going to speak about Naldini, aka Nathaniel Phillips. I'm not going to lie to you. Call me sentimental, call me whatever. I take all on the chin. Was he good enough in terms of natural talent and ability? Probably not. But in terms of his performances, I will never, ever forget the contribution that Nat made to this club.
Never.
He played at a time where we were at our absolute weakest and we still had high targets. And without him, we don't get top 4 last season. Yes, he's not a one-man team before anyone says, what about Thiago? What about Salah? What about Mane towards the end of the season? Yes, I remember all those players, but that's their job. They're paid the big money. They are established international footballers. That's what they're meant to do. Nat Phillips was someone who we tried to actively sell in the summer, probably tried to sell last January. He came into the team, ended up playing Champions League football. Yes, we got knocked out to Real Madrid, and maybe the first goal was his fault to an extent.
It was his fault, but that was like the only thing he did wrong for the entire time
I
he
was
played.
just about to say I could probably count on one hand how many mistakes he made. Let's not forget he started to become a threat from set pieces, attacking wise. How many goal line saves did he make? I remember the Man United game, goal line clearance, throwing himself in the way of anything, heading everything out. He was a leader at the back next to Reece Williams, who again struggled, and rightly so. He struggled because he's a kid. Nat Phillips stepped up and was brilliant. If I'm going to be completely honest, I think he was done a little bit dirty this season. I think he could have played more games, but he wasn't, and he wasn't given the opportunity. I will never forget when he went to the San Siro and made Kessie fall over and Ibrahimovic look up to the sky and said, "Is this a reincarnation of Paolo Maldini?" when he turned the man in the box. Nat,
bro, listen.
Big ratings. If you do move on in the summer, you go with all the blessing in the world from Liverpool supporters. You've done more than your job. And in another life, maybe you'd have been a starter or more of a squad player for Liverpool. But in that position, we are stacked with top quality. It's just unfortunate for him.
Well, Nat Phillips will never be forgotten. And I mean, he's on loan. I mean, he probably will move in the summer, but we're acting like he's like officially gone. It is a loan, but bro, I just want to give him his flowers for what he did do in his Liverpool career, straight up and down. And I don't care if this sounds like I'm exaggerating because he's clearly not as good as Van Dijk, but I think he made a Van Dijk level impact in that time that he came in, where our defense was all over the place, and then he came in, and all of a sudden it was all right. And so obviously not to the level of elevation we got from Van Dijk, but we don't get top four without Nat.
No,
Do not get it twisted for a second. If Nat does not come in and perform the way he did, we do not get top four. He started to become a goal-scoring threat, as you said, Cal. Like, he was even getting up assists from winning headers and flicks and knockdowns, and he even scored 1 or 2 goals himself. Just in general, like, and you think about a guy who was in the cold and then just literally came out. And the Real Madrid game's the only bad game he had.
It wasn't even a bad game. It was a mistake. It wasn't a bad game. He actually didn't play a bad game.
Well, I think we all kind of was terrible in that game, to be fair. But yeah.
Another thing I'll say is, you see when the last injury happened, in fact, not even the last injury, that injury to Gomez, because we knew from then Gomez and Virgil were out for the rest of the season. I would have been very interested to see how our whole season would have panned out had he started playing centre-back from then as opposed to February.
I agree, 100%.
I think we would have. I don't think we would have won the league, but I think we would have pushed City closer. City would have still won the league, but we would have pushed them closer. It wouldn't have been such a landslide. I don't think we would have finished third and snuck in on the last day of the season. I think we would have comfortably got top 4, and I think we would have pushed City a bit longer than we did.
Well, Cal, the 6 games we lost at home actually lost us the title. If we win the 5 games and draw with City, we win the league by 1 point.
Yeah,
so
but
again, I'm not saying we would have won the league, but yeah. I think you're right. I think if Nat Phillips is playing naturally as an actual centre-back, we're not disturbing midfield with all this midfielders playing in defence and all that kind of madness, and we've just got a sturdy defence going from day one, I genuinely do believe that there is a massive chance that we would have stayed in that title fight right to the end, and who knows. It was the whole mismatch of midfield and the whole thing. It was all just madness, innit? Like, I look back on it now and I still think, like, what the hell? But, you know what I mean?
And look, everyone can turn around and say to Klopp in hindsight, oh, why didn't you play him sooner? Let's be honest. The fan base in general didn't really have much faith in that. So can't really blame Klopp either. Like,
yeah, which is true. I felt my hands up. I was one of them. I didn't think that was good enough.
I didn't think he was as good as he showed he could be. Like, Demo again was probably the only one that was really like, nah, give him his chance. I wasn't in that camp. I'm not even gonna lie. So again, can't really even sit there and really turn around and say, well, Klopp, how did he do that? He did what he did, and
although I still think you can argue though, Cal, that it does make more sense to play a centre back than a midfielder.
No, of course.
Do you get what I mean? Yeah. Regardless of how good you think the centre back is, I still think it's better to play the centre-back, to play the midfielder in his natural position and only disturb one area than 2. Because 2 areas, there's only 3 or 4 areas you could arguably say in a football field. and we're disturbing half or more than half of them by doing all the swapping and all that. So it's like, really and truthfully, he should have. But you're right, hindsight makes it easier to kind of be like, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, good luck to him, man. He'll be in the Liverpool history books forever as the guy who stopped us dropping out of the Champions League. Because even though Mo was banging in the goals and doing his thing, and Thiago had a brilliant last 10 games, and there were other players, Nat Phillips came in and made us solid again and made us feel like we were capable of defending again. Because before Nat was in defence, we were starting to think we didn't even know what a clean sheet was, Cal. Do you remember? It was like, what's a clean sheet, bro? I don't remember what a clean sheet even is, bruv. Like, it was madness, bruv.
And again, Fabinho played fantastic. Thiago played fantastic, but Nat was an absolute rock at the back.
Yeah, 100%.
So never forget.
I would have put Phillips in the team of the year, the Premier League team of the year. I'm sorry, there wasn't two defenders that outperformed Phillips.
I'm not gonna go that.
Nah, there wasn't, man. There
team
wasn't.
of the year.
I'm sorry.
Not
Diaz,
team of the year.
Diaz and Phillips. That's who would have been my centre backs.
No, but remember, he didn't play a whole.
Yeah, he only played from February.
Bruno didn't play a whole thing, and he was in there, bro.
But that was the BBC team of the year. I don't think that was the official.
I think Pogba made it in there. How many games did Pogba play?
I said team of the year, you know.
Look, man. That man ain't getting in there over favouritism and bias. At least Phillips performed. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least Phillips actually was performing. Come on, man.
It was from February, bro. It's from February.
I don't care.
Do that.
I don't care. They gave Tuchel manager of the year. He came in February.
You won a Champions League,
then.
bro.
But that's not the point. He came in February.
No, he won.
So he's a better manager than Pep. Pep won the league and was there from the beginning. No, come on, man. It's biased, man. It's biased.
No, I think
it's
Pep
biased.
Won it.
Come on, man.
It's the calendar year, though, Drift. It's from January to December.
So why did Tuchel win it and why was Bruno in the team? I'm just saying.
But it's from January to December, not season to season.
No, I'm talking about the Premier League team of the year. Bruno was in the Premier League team of the year, and he came in the January window.
Tuchel didn't win Premier League manager of the season.
I'm sure he did.
No, he won the UEFA.
Oh, was it the UEFA one? Well, then that's no wonder, innit? You win the Champions League, you just get that on default. Fair enough.
Yeah. No, Nat couldn't have got it, but we'll never forget what he did. And we hope he does well at Bournemouth. I mean, looking at the championship table, obviously Fulham are top. Bournemouth are third at the moment on 52 points, 1 point behind Blackburn, and they've got a game in hand. So he could be the difference between them getting automatic promotion and them playing in the playoffs. So it's a very shrewd move from Bournemouth, if I'm going to be honest.
Very shrewd, very shrewd. I'm quite surprised that a Premier League club didn't.
I'm very surprised.
Like even a Newcastle or I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a team.
Newcastle should have come and got him. Real talk.
Yeah,
but Bournemouth love a Liverpool player, and we've got a good relationship with them.
They do. I'm just quite surprised because obviously Newcastle got a lot of money to throw around, but they still got to have those kind of safe transfers, and that's a safe.
Wicked, then, isn't it?
Hey guys, while we're talking about Bournemouth, before I get, how have they pulled off Cantwell?
What?
I am really. Bro, you didn't know, bro. Cantwell's going Bournemouth.
What, on a free?
No, they're gonna pay a little bit to get him because obviously he's free in the summer, isn't it?
But man,
boy,
how have bro? Cantwell is definitely Premier League quality.
No, but really with Cantwell and Nat Phillips in the team, they probably get automatic promotion now. To be honest,
fair dues, but you would have still thought a Premier League club would have took Cantwell though.
Yeah,
I'm really shocked at that one. I can't even lie.
Same.
Nah, I'm really shocked. Cantwell's good enough to go and sit on a bench at a Spurs. Easy. Do you know what I mean?
I'm surprised at that one.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised, man. Very surprised
at that one.
I'm very surprised.
All right. Let's get to another portion of the show, boys. I'm going to let you take the reins on this one. I know you've been itching to get out your system. Go true, brother.
Well, bro, now I know he's staying. I haven't even got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying, bro? Look. See man like Divock, yeah?
It's Divock and Minamino this section still.
Yeah, we'll get on to Taki. Yeah. For me personally, I don't do the whole, what... I look, styling and profiling. I don't do what a lot of people do where they'll only be caught up in the hype of that moment and then they'll forget.
Yeah, like Matt, innit?
And for me, this guy continually, when called upon, does his part. So I'm glad he's here.
Same,
Because
bro.
I know
We've been telling these lot for years, bro, but they didn't want to listen, bro.
What?
Look.
Hold on.
No,
Look,
sorry, Matt. No, let him finish. Joy Drift. Let Matt.
Nah.
So I'm not gonna get caught up in. I'm not gonna get caught up in the gas,
bro.
yeah. And I'm not gonna do all those other things because people. No, you could. Let me just finish, and then you can have the range. I personally ain't gonna get caught up in the trying to convince people and doing all the things that I've been doing that people seem to only notice in the moment. Divock Origi is a very special talent, and he's proven himself to be very valuable to Liverpool. And I've made peace with the fact that I know he's going to go. And between now and the end of the season, I still believe that there will be moments where he's called upon and he's going to do what he needs to do, and he will help the team. If he'd have left, it would have made absolutely no sense when you think about the fact that we're competing on 4 fronts. And Luis Diaz coming in still means that there could be like a place for Origi because he's a striker. Like if we'd have bought a striker and he stayed, I'll be like, he's never going to get any game time. For his own sake, he probably should have went. But we still don't have a striker after Jota. Do you get what I mean? Because I think Firmino will start to be like phased into other positions on the pitch. So at the end of the day, I'm just glad he's here, and I think he'll still have a role to play between now and the end of the season. And I get another 4 months to make my peace with the fact that one of my favourite players is going to go, and he's going to leave a very disrespected player, because I feel like our fan base still does not show enough respect for the man who pulls one out the bag every time we need him to. Every time we've needed him to pull one out the bag for us, he's done it, and he still gets disrespected. A man put him on the wayside. Do you know what he is to most Liverpool fans? He's that piece of paper that is getting that's on the side waiting to go in the shredder. Are you taking liberties? Man, they want to put him in the shredder, you know?
Not with
me.
Man.
Ain't with me, bro. Let me say this. Drift, let me add
bro.
to this. Because you see certain man, that's not you, Drift. Certain man like to tell mad stories. Hear the joke, Drift, yeah? A certain man I spoke to today, yeah? I said, do you know what, yeah? You see Divock Origi, I'm actually going to be annoyed if he goes, and I'll tell you why I'll be annoyed. He's the only natural striker we have at the club. He can still do something. And I said, it's such a shame, yeah? And this person will remember these words, and this person is going to be looking directly into the mic soon, yeah? In fact, without saying no names, I make this person realize who we're talking about. But anyway, though, let me go back to it now, Jiff. I was saying to Kaya, I was like, bro, like, all jokes aside, like, bro, if we let go of Divock Origi, we would never know of what he could have done. Because here's the joke: he never had like 15 games in a row, even 10 games in a row, other than that season where Funes Mori kind of murked his ankle. He's been very, very unfairly treated, and I feel like our fan base, because of he's had incredible moments, when he does play, we expect him to bag a brace or at least get a goal. Because here's the joke: when Origi scores a goal, sometimes, yeah, people will say, yeah, he got a goal, but he won all that. But people will do the same thing for Jota, innit? I genuinely feel like Divock Origi is underappreciated, I agree, by our fan base. And do you want to know something? He's 26 years of age, if I'm not mistaken. Bro, I said this to Cal, and I'll say it to you. When he does go, which is still going to be a shame, by the way, he's going to bag goals. Because you want to know one thing Origi never had at Liverpool? In my opinion, that's a fair chance. And that's me being real. And that's not me having a go at Klopp, but I do feel like he wasn't favoured. So when we have our Manes, our Salahs, and our Firminos, and they're playing exceptionally well, and you don't want to drop them, he never even got a look in. He was just sitting there on the bench. And I kind of feel like if he was given that same, maybe, and I say potentially, maybe that same kind of love where he had 20 games in a row, Drift, we never knew what this man could do, you know. We never know what man can do.
100%.
15, 17 games. But if he has one game and doesn't do well, we don't see him for 4 months. So
exactly. And people seem to think you can just play well when you've got 90 minutes in the first, God knows however long, and then you're back in the cold again. It's like, how are you ever supposed to play? Do you know what I mean? So people, if he gets the right move, Matt, I agree with you. As long as the right club gets him and he goes to the right club, people will see that Origi is easily a 15 to 20 goal a season striker.
He is.
As long as he goes to the right club, he is easily a 15 to 20 goal a season striker. And it's a shame that we never, ever actually let him prove himself at Liverpool.
Bro,
it's
but just
one
quickly,
of them ones, bro.
yeah.
Lee.
Yeah, it's Lee in the building, yeah. Hey, what's going on with this Aubameyang? Is he in? Is he out? Man's playing
You
flipping.
gonna learn
he's close to
today.
going.
You
He's close
gonna
to going,
learn
guys.
today. You gonna learn today.
Hey, what's that nursery rhyme where you're like in, out, and shake it all about? The hokey cokey, isn't it? Yeah. Arsenal's out here playing the hokey cokey with Aubameyang's life.
Learning.
What is going on?
Let me go and get one team. Something internet. Hold on.
Learning.
Have you not heard that? Like he's saying it right now. The Barcelona deal for Aubameyang has been confirmed.
Hold it.
Okay.
Learning Lee, we're getting onto it. But just stay with Origi and Minamino. What I will say in defense of some fans is you see this period of AFCON. Origi got injured. This was the time when we needed him the most, didn't it?
But it's not his fault, bro.
No, but Drift, we've got to hold the same energy we hold for Ox and Naby. We needed Ox and Naby. They got injured. No one turned around and said it's not their fault. We said, where were they when we needed them?
No, but bro, the difference is Origi was fitting on the bench for a whole season, 2 seasons, not used, sorry. So if, unfortunately, the way the world's happened is that he's injured during the time we do need him, he ain't an injury-prone player we could turn around and go, you see? Like, that's just unfortunate, bro.
He is quite injured, but I keep on saying this. He does pick up little, like, small
Everyone
injuries.
gets niggles, Cal.
He's not injured. No, but he still does, though. I'm not saying it's his fault that he got injured. I'm just saying we have that disdain to Ox and Naby for that. I'm not saying we have that same disdain, but you can see why some sections are frustrated because
no, that's not the reason.
No, Drift, you have to be honest.
But bro, they were saying it before this January period, so that's not why they're doing it.
Stepped on them for that, saying that was an unfair assessment. But if we needed him now, and he wasn't about, bro. And
no, I'm sorry. The one time when he gets an injury when we need him is not going to be a reason to attack him. I'm sorry. I'm not
saying it's a reason to attack him, but I'm saying I can, from that small bit, I can see why some fans get frustrated because that was a time we really needed him. We really needed Origi and he wasn't around.
You say we really needed him and he wasn't around, but we really needed him against Watford and he was around. And we really needed him in all the other games where he's performed and done well.
No, I agree, but we can't kick off with Ox and Naby and say they're injury prone. Why aren't they in the squad when we need them? All these other players are injured, but they're still injured, and then give Origi a pass. That's not fair, bro.
No, I agree.
Because Origi ain't been doing it for 3-4 years of his career like Naby and Ox. So it's not the same thing, Cal.
No,
it's totally different. And Origi doesn't play games like Naby. Like Naby started a game and like at 45 minutes into the game broke down and got to come off. You're like, for fuck's sake, again. Like Origi's not like that. So I get the frustration he wasn't available when we needed him for this January. That is true. But he's not an injury-prone player or an unreliable player. There's no way he's getting put in the bracket of Ox and Naby of unreliability. No way.
He does pick up his fair share of injury.
No way is he getting put in the bracket with those two. Absolutely no way. I will not let that happen. So
why does he get the pass then?
Because he's not unreliable on a regular basis. It's just unfortunately this time. Like Naby and Ox are unreliable regularly. On a regular basis, those guys are not available. It's not the same thing.
His injuries,
it's not the same thing, guys.
It's nowhere near as bad as the other two.
But maybe he picked up injuries, but because he's not in and around the squad, he's not felt as much.
I think it's because they come at crucial times. I think that's what it is. This is a crucial time.
Ox missed like 17 months in a row. And I know it was a really bad injury and I was so happy he came back. But like, that is what you call being unreliable. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's not going in a bracket with those two. No.
I'm just saying, if you look back on his injury past, he picks up his fair share, bro.
What happens is he just gets big injuries like the Funes Mori one where you're like, man, and he was just in form. That's what the problem is with him.
It doesn't drift. Even back in like 1920 when he played again, like he started the season.
He did actually. Yeah, he did.
He got injured. That's why he came out of the team.
But that was only a 1-game injury, and then Klopp did what he always does and just didn't bring him back in, bro. It wasn't like he was out for months.
It wasn't a 1-game injury. He did his hamstring, bro.
Yeah, so like 1 or 2 games. He could have come back in, but Klopp didn't bring him back in.
4 weeks, bro.
No, I remember he was back on our bench within a couple of games, but Klopp just never played him again. It was like, why does Klopp, bring him back in? And then you know what Klopp's like with Origi, man. For some reason, he just don't play him. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, he just don't play him. So, I don't know, man.
Look, I'm not saying I want him to leave. I'm just saying I can understand why fans have been frustrated in this period. It's obviously not his fault that he got injured, but he did get injured. So when we really wanted him, when he could have really stepped up and proved his worth, which I think he could have really done in this period, he unfortunately wasn't there. So can understand why some
the injury, especially during AFCON, is very unfortunate. Like, that's just unfortunate because I think we all sat here and said, oh, when the guys got AFCON, at least we know we got Origi, because at that time we wasn't sure if Minamino was going to do a thing. Obviously, we knew we had Jota, and remember, Firmino had already picked up an injury. So it's one of them things where it's unfortunate. At least he's now got the end of the season. However, one thing is going to be very telling again, though, is like, even though it's good that he won't be leaving, because again, I think he's our only natural centre forward who offers something different. Is Klopp actually going to utilize him? Because now that we've got Luis Diaz, he's going to want to incorporate him. And when you incorporate Luis Diaz, are you going to get the time to give Origi minutes? Because you're going to try and fit in Diaz, Mane, Jota, Firmino, Salah. That's 5 for 3 positions, and including Origi, that's 6. Including Taki, that's 7.
Well, that was my next question.
We're in 4 competitions, bro. So that's easy, man.
You say that, but I'm just saying.
FA Cup games, I'm playing Origi every game.
All right. So this is the question I was going to ask you guys. So Luis Diaz coming in, obviously he's a left forward. That means Origi has no responsibility over that side now, because there's effectively 3 players you can play there. He has no responsibility there. He doesn't play on the right hand side either. So effectively, it's him, Jota, and Firmino vying for that number 9 spot. I don't see Firmino playing FA Cup games unless he really has to, like the last one where he's coming back from injury.
Yeah.
Do you think that
or Lewis Man City or someone?
Yeah, but do you see this Luis Diaz signing as something that will actually help Origi to actually get more minutes in a weird way, even though we've added another player
down the middle, down the middle? Because now what we can do, if we're playing in the FA Cup. Now what we can do is we can play Diaz, Origi, and Minamino, for an example, in an FA Cup game, and it's still a strong front line. And then you've got Jota, Mane, and Salah rested for the league game at the weekend.
So this is what I was going to say. I think Taki's the one most in trouble, because I think we'd go Kai Gordon in that situation over Minamino on the right.
What, in an FA Cup game?
Yeah, I do. But we did it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Surely in the FA Cup.
FA Cup's a more important cup than the League Cup, so I don't know if Gordon would play, Cal.
Drift, it was a semi-finals at the Emirates, and he played Kai over Taki. Not because he probably thinks Kai's a better footballer, because Kai Gordon is better suited in terms of balance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Even the fact of Minamino,
but it was
no, but guys, are we even deep in it for? Carl's I think Carl's right, because even if you deep it even though I think Origi kind of still is in trouble for minutes because we've added another player to the front line, it's more so Taki. Taki's been heavily linked. I know Origi's been linked as well, but Taki been heavily linked. Ever since we got Luis Diaz, the first name that was mentioned was Taki Minamino. It wasn't actually Divock Origi. And I kind of feel like there's a reason why. And when I'm reading like various reports saying Liverpool value him at 20 million, I think that's kind of for a reason. Like, they've let that out, that's how much they value him. And if you want him, pay 20. I think if I'm being honest, I reckon potentially this could be Minamino's last 6 months at Liverpool. You know, I got a funny feeling he might leave in the summer, because I don't see how he fits in.
Let's get on to Taki then. Let's get on to Taki, because you lot know I defend Taki, so I'm not being biased or trying to smoke him here. So please don't shoot me down, people thinking I'm going in on Taki. But for me personally, I'm trying to look at it from his point of view, which nobody would ever want to leave Liverpool. It's an institution. It's a family. It's not just a football club. Nobody would want to leave Liverpool. You know you've made it when you put on that shirt, right? But if you're looking at the fact of like game time and rare, from the report saying that Taki's like, no, he believes in himself and he wants to fight for his place, I totally respect the hustle, but I'm annoyed at him knowing he's not going to play. and maybe not just going and getting a loan move or whatever to just play some football. If you're Taki, you must know your 7th or 8th choice now. You must know that. Like, you can't be stupid. The agent must know that. Everyone must know that. And apparently Leeds were willing to go to 15, but Taki was like, no, I don't want to go to Leeds. For me personally, I think Leeds is a very good club. I think that would have been a good move for Taki. I think he would have started every week at Leeds. And I think 15 mil would have been a good value for money in terms of we pay 7. Even if you think he's worth more than 15, it's a good amount to get for a player who hasn't played a lot of football. So I'm just a little annoyed at him if I try and take my bias out of it, that he didn't just think about his career and go to Leeds. Do you know what I mean? He would have still been in the Prem. Like, it isn't even that far of a move from Liverpool to Leeds. Like, and again, I get it. You're at Liverpool, you don't want to go and rare. But I'm just like, Taki, man, you could have played some football, bro, and you're not going to play at Liverpool now.
But 2 things there, Drift. One, could we not say the same thing about Origi? But 2,
well, Origi's a free agent in the summer, Cal. So he's got his pick of the litter in the summer.
No, but I'm saying over the past year or 2, when Origi's turned down moves to places, that he's still turned down moves in the same way Taki has. But also, in the same breath as well, you have to look at it from the player's point of view. He's in 4 competitions, one of which is a final. You go from Liverpool to Leeds, who are on the cusp of being in a relegation battle. Is that something you really want to be involved with?
But this is my point. If you're going to play every week at Taki's age, because again, I'm not even just defending Origi, I'm being honest. At the time when we said he didn't want to go to Wolves, I could kind of get it because Wolves they weren't having a good season, and it was like, oh, what is happening at Wolves? And granted, it is the same scenario as maybe he should have gone for his career. I think he would have done pretty well at Wolves, but he was about maybe 24 at that time. 23, 24 at that time. So maybe he was also thinking like, maybe I can prove myself at Liverpool, whatever. At 27, 28, Taki's got to start making real career decisions. He's getting to that point of his career where he can't just sit on bench for
He's older than Origi, innit?
Do you get what I'm saying? He's 2 years older than Origi now. And when that happened, Origi was a younger age. Like, at 27, 28, Taki can't just be like, yeah, I'll sit on bench and waste career. Like, he's got to start making moves where he plays football. Do you get what I mean? So for me personally, even a loan, Cal, I'm not even saying he had to go permanently. Even if he went to Leeds on loan, play ball, play consistently now. Minamino's at an age where he's got to be playing football if he wants to prove he's a good player. He can't just sit on Liverpool's bench and get a couple minutes here, couple minutes there. Like, I'm very surprised he didn't want to go and play some football at 28. Like, I can't even lie. Like, I'm surprised.
Let me add to this as well, and this is not even noticeable to Taki Minamino, but you got to look at it from Klopp's perspective as well, yeah? Out of all the attackers that we have, you would arguably say he's the lowest. And not only that, there's been times when, like when Cal mentioned before, he could have played him and he played Kai Gordon. Not only that, it's like, bro, if you're Taki Minamino and like you said, you're 27 years of age, or going to be 20, I can't remember, but you need to play football. You're like the seventh choice now. And don't get me wrong, we all want a squad, yeah, and whatever, but you got to look at it. I think Divock Origi is a bit different because his contract is expiring. So as you said, he's got more pick of the bunch. And not only that, like Minamino has just seen a Luis Diaz come in now, and he's thinking, right, I'll fight for my place. Bro, you got to be real with yourself at the same time. Like Divock Origi, if he's fit, I think is ahead of you. I think if you think of Luis Diaz, Jota, Mane, all the main boys, he probably is in last place. So it's like, if you're Taki, you're kind of stuck, because if you go somewhere, you want it to be the right move, but you don't want to leave Liverpool. But at the same time, you're not really going to probably get the minutes required where you can kind of kick on. I feel like with Taki Minamino, that's why I feel like Liverpool probably thought, you know what? We think he's good, but I don't know if he's good enough, and we could probably upgrade. And not to mention, guys, last point as well. If I'm not mistaken, there's been times when Taki's been fit, and Klopp has still put Oxlade-Chamberlain in the forward line ahead of Taki. Now
Kai
we
Gordon
know,
even.
yeah. So when you've got Ox and Kai Gordon playing ahead of man, what message is that sending? And that's no disrespect to Minamino. I'm just saying how he's rated via his peers, like obviously via his manager. It's not that they think he's rubbish. It's just that they think, oh, there's maybe better options we have in our squad. So do you know what? We think he's good, but if there's someone where he can play regularly, why not let him go and we get double the fee? That's why I think Liverpool's head's at the moment, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm glad. Do you know what? I'm glad we got a good squad, and you lot know I like Taki. So our squad looks good now. But I do think, from his personal point of view, Leeds on loan at least, he should have thought about to prove himself and maybe. But then again, maybe the Southampton loan didn't go well, and he thought, "Nah, Bun doing that again." It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's a tough one with Taki, isn't it?
I see it from both sides. I do. It's a tough one. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. Like
he
again,
won't get any game time though, Cal. I'll be very shocked if Minamino plays much football between now and the end of the season.
That's what I'm saying. Now you've added Luis Diaz in there. Remember, he was already finding it hard, and now you've added another attacker who, again, Klopp. I mean, you don't have to be a scientist to work this one out. I'm pretty sure Klopp is going to rate Diaz already higher than Taki.
Of course.
Because you want to know something as well?
No, go
and
on,
let's be real, guys. If Taki Minamino was on Diaz's level, in my opinion, we wouldn't be signing Luis Diaz. And that's how you got to think of it in a simplistic way. If he was that good, I don't think Liverpool would have went for Luis Diaz. That would have been our Luis Diaz there, if you get what I'm saying. They would have gone, nah, Taki's the guy. But they clearly don't think he's the guy. And that's no disrespect to Taki, by the way.
Although I would be playing Taki in the FA Cup, maybe, though. If I'm being honest, I'll probably go Taki, Origi, and Diaz, or Taki, Origi, and Jota in the FA Cup.
Would you though, Drew?
No, honestly, I would, bro. Unless we're playing a Mazza team like a Chelsea or a City, I would go Divock, Taki, and Jota, or Divock, Taki, and Diaz.
But where are you playing Taki though, Drew?
I'd play him on the right.
He ain't. But we've seen he can't really. I mean, he can play there.
No, I get that, but I would still prefer him to Kai Gordon in terms of experience and goal for it.
But it's about balance, though. It's the same argument we had earlier, Drift, regarding Nat and Fabinho. Fabinho's better, but Nat's better.
No, I hear that. I just worry about Kai Gordon in a high-pressure game. And I don't even mean this in a disrespectful way. That Arsenal game and the way they are and their form and stuff, it wasn't as high pressure as like Chelsea or Man City, or a game where you're like, shit, man. Like, we've really got to pull this out the back.
Chelsea and Man City are the highest of pressure games. Taki's not.
Yeah, and I'd be worried about Kai Gordon in one of those
guys,
games.
I've got more news. Apologies, guys. So Kevin Palmer, who has a bit of his track record is a little bit thingy, but anyway, big up him anyway. He says, update: Fulham have given final demands to Liverpool for Fabio Carvalho deal. The player wants the move, and the feeling is a deal could be done, but clearly time is running out. So even now, still trying to push to get that deal.
I've got a feeling it's not going to get done, and Liverpool are going to have to wait till the summer. You know.
I'm even more worried that if it goes to summer, we might not even bother.
Because what people are forgetting as well, you can't buy a player in your league by talking to him in January. Only foreign clubs can. So when the window shuts, we can't even do the whole, you've only got 6 months left, let's just talk anyway. Like, negotiations have to stop, and we have to actually wait till his contract ends. And only clubs like Bayern Munich and that can come, which gives us a disadvantage. Because if Bayern can talk to him while we can't, do you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of a worrying thought if this window shuts and we haven't sorted something out.
Time will tell. As Hacks86 says, guys, there's now over 1,000 people watching. Only 300.
Come on, man.
Smash that like. Come on, guys, man.
Come on, people.
Smash the like for Luis Diaz. Come on. Hey, Matt, bring up the pictures, man. Let the people know we just signed, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah. What, man like Louis, yeah? You know they ones there. Hey, what we saying? Man like Diaz.
Come on, guys. Smash the like button for Louis. Hey, you know what, guys? Let me just talk about Louis real quick.
Firepower.
God, look at that. Look at the forward line. I mean, they're taking the piss not putting Origi in there. But
I knew he was going to say that.
Let's talk about this guy.
Origi's got his own picture, fam. Don't worry. He's got his own picture.
See him there? You see Luis Diaz, you lot, yeah? You know when you want something to happen and then it happens? I don't know about you lot, but I actually struggle to deal with it because it's one of those things where I don't really get what I want very often. So, like, when it happens, I'm like, oh, raw. So, this is so big.
Bro,
Lewis did like this
bro.
is so big. Like, bro, you know when you like. You know when you, I mean, and you lot already know because I've been championing this guy for such a long time. So it's obviously like the people who watch us regularly, they know like I'm not on some hype thing. I actually wanted this guy. Like, but I don't know what to do with my emotions, man. This is big, bro. We've actually gone and, bro, you might need to talk for me, blood.
This is what you do, yeah. You say, first of all, you say to yourself, I wanted Luis Diaz, but bigger than that. Does Klopp watch Kopish though? Because it's certain man that you wanted, and Klopp's been okay. We move. Because I'm gonna be real. Let me be real, Drift. When you said Luis Diaz, like we're talking maybe 18 months now. Like it's been a long time since you spoke about him. And I was like, all right, let me see what he's saying. I looked at him, I thought, yeah, nah, he's decent. He looks good. Watch him a bit more. Champions League, so he down to City. I was like, right, no, this guy talented, yeah. Not only that, Drift, about how the player is. We don't normally operate in January. We don't normally do big business other than Van Dijk. The last piece of business I think we done was obviously Taki and the 2 centre backs that came in for free, yeah, and loans, yeah. So we don't really do big business, bro. For us to make a big signing like this says to me that even though we have our thoughts and feelings about our owners and rare tear, it says to me that when opportunities do arise, sometimes we will be there. Sometimes we will be there to take advantage. Because what I also heard as well, Drift, originally it was like £66 million they wanted in the summer, bro.
Yeah. And that was why we never thought it would get done, because we used to sit here and go, Liverpool are never paying 66 million. We're never paying that much.
But do you know what changed? Porto in financial trouble and the player desiring the move when he caught wind of that we wanted him. Bro, we are paying 37 million up front with 12 million add-ons, bro. That is a massive decrease. So you kind of have to give it to, listen, for all the people that don't like our owners, you kind of have to give it to them. Whether you think they should have done this in the summer or not, you have to give it to them because they've seen an opportunity on a player who's very, very talented and enhances our forward line dramatically.
100%.
Dramatically.
Bruv, this is nuts, bruv. If he replicates his Colombia and Porto form, guys, we are going to be off our seat a lot. And again, I'm going to give him a bedding in period because coming in January is quite difficult. So I'm not going to put that expectation on him now. Like, he's just got to hit the ground running straight away. January is a very hard month to join. But I cannot believe we got it done, bro.
But I'm gassed. I'm not going to lie.
I cannot believe we got it done, bro. The only player I think I'd have been happier with is St. Max. And even then, I'm still
for me, it would have
like...
been Raf. It would have been Raf. You know,
I know Raf was your guy.
If you got Rafinha, I'm not going to lie. You would have...
But the wickedest thing is, bro, there's even a part of me that's thinking I probably wanted Diaz more than I wanted Max, but I felt like Diaz was so unattainable. I stopped thinking about it. You know, when you just stop thinking about something because you're like, we're never going to do that, like Thiago. So what's the point even thinking about it? Like, we're never going to go and do that. What is the point in even? It's kind of like the Haaland talk now where we're like, guys, stop talking about this. We're never going to do it. It's silly talk. Get rid of that. There's no point in doing that. And we've actually gone and done it, bro. Gone and done it, bro. This is mad, bro.
This is crazy that Liverpool have just spent nearly, 49 million, I believe, in January. In a January transfer window where all we kept on hearing was, don't expect nothing on deadline day. And even now, we're still trying to cook. You know what I mean? Man said, if we got the burger, we might as well go and get some fries with that. Man said, let's go and get Fabio Carvalho.
And a milkshake.
Yeah, bruv. So, listen, if the Carvalho thing is like he's going down to the wire, I've seen people talk about Kevin Palmer's just tweeted. He did say, obviously, we've made one last attempt as well. So that's going to go right down to the wire. I don't know whether we're going to get him to see what happens. But, you know, all I can say is this, whether it happens or not, let's not get too disheartened. It'll be nice to get him, but bro, we just got Luis Diaz. Like, let me explain to the people then. We've always been talking about, you know, we need to refresh the squad and we have to wait till summer. We don't know who's leaving. Mane could go, Retete, Salah, Retete. Let's put that to all one side right now. Let's enjoy the moment because we don't know what's going to happen in the summer. We don't know who's going to sign. Let's enjoy the fact of we got Luis Diaz. He is here and he's about to add some absolute firepower to the firepower that we already have, people.
Champions League is looking.
Let me say this.
Man,
to
I
the rest
forgive
of
it
the
a
Prem.
Birdman clap, bro.
Bro, let me say this to the rest of the Prem. Let me do a Daniel Sturridge and nick my lips, yeah?
By the way, people, as soon as we finish this segment,
Boy.
super chats will be getting read out. So don't
I'm going to
worry,
read them
guys.
out very, very quickly.
All the super chats are being saved, guys, just in case anyone thinks they're not being saved.
Let me read out the names for the people to understand. Luis Diaz, Sadio Mane, Diogo Jota, Roberto Firmino, Mohamed Salah, Divock Origi, Taki Minamino, Harvey Elliott.
And possibly
we are not playing. And possibly,
Fabio. I'm calling him Coutinho Part 2, bro.
Bro,
I'm not even
all
gonna
I'm
lie.
saying is this.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Is bro, I'm not gonna lie. It's
Let's
mad.
keep
It's mad.
Here's the wickedest thing, before we get onto the super chats. Luis Diaz, is that type of player where if there's a minute to go and kicking it long ain't working, give him the ball and just say, brother, can you try and bail us out of this situation? He's got the capabilities of doing it. He'll beat 2-3 men and put them on their backside.
He's got the
quite easily. If in fact, I'm not going to go too far, but in terms of skill level, I'm finding it very difficult to think of a player we've had in our team other than Coutinho that's of this level of actual technical dribbling skill type. Like it's mad. It's mad. That's probably like the only other guy I can think of. That high speed, dupping man dribbling, like just taking people on for fun, bruv. It's mad. It's mad. I really, really hope he just replicates his Colombia and Porto form, and we have got one hell of a fucking player in our hands right now.
No, we do. But guys, we're gonna read out the super chats right now. So we got a few of them. Here we go. So, sorry.
Yeah.
975 Jamrot says, doesn't Fulham owe us money right now for Wilson?
They did.
Giant
cleared that up. They did owe us the money. I think we took some of the money was taken off, but because of the Harvey Elliott thing, but they still owe us money.
Well, I'm still owe money.
Big up Daddy Pig. You're right. I forgot about Matic. My bad.
That's mad. PR says Elliott is younger. He could play an advanced 8 on the left, and we keep rotating those two. Elliott, Trent, Salah, and Robbo, Fabio, Mane always play one of them two. Yeah.
I don't want to see Elliott in the front.
I don't want to see. I'd rather see him in the midfield role, but I wouldn't mind in an emergency that he was there. But I don't
an FA Cup game away at like Nottingham Forest or something like that. I'd be okay with Elliott being on the right for a game like that because I still think he'd be able to bring something to the game.
No, definitely. 1975 Jamrot says Musialski or Balagizi on loan could be a shout. Obviously, that was regarding when speaking to Jake. Regarding
Balagizi.
Is that the one that you think would be better suited, Cal, to Fulham? Yeah, Balagizi.
Yeah, because they're all right for the wide players. And as Jake said, if they're going to lose Carvalho now, then they're going to have to replace him. So Balagizi is the only one who could effectively go there and do that.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't be able to replicate what Carvalho is doing. He's behind Carvalho in terms of progression and right now.
Oh, okay. Ash, big at yourself, bro. Said a few rumors. Liverpool have upped their offer close to 10 million. Carvalho will stay until Fulham season is over, including potential playoffs. Yes, big at yourself, Ash. We did read on that. There's a few journalists that have said Liverpool, I think, are prepared to slightly up their offer, but they're still in deep negotiations. So we're gonna have to wait out that one.
Just give them 10 mil, man. Come on, man.
We're gonna have to wait.
Just do it, man.
LL lad / hashtag FSG out. There's a report saying Fulham want the deal done. Yes, as I just said. Big at yourself, LL. That potentially might happen. I think that's going to go down right to the wire, if you ask me. I generally feel like this one, we might be hearing about it 10, 11, maybe even tomorrow morning, whether this was actually finalized. Do you know what I mean? Ronaldinho Goat says, for LFC to reach City domination levels, we need a Cam. Yes, and that Cam, bro, could be, you know what I'm saying, the guy that we've been talking about. It could be him. And it sounds crazy because he's young and he's 19 years of age, but just like how Jack said, the potential is mad. He feels like this guy could be a generational talent. Do you know what I mean? And that's a big thing to say. Do you know what I mean? A generous talent. But I mean, I've never seen him play live, so I can't really comment on it like that. All I've seen is clips myself, but he does look like a serious talent who I think would bed in well for our team. You know what I mean?
Does. I think he qualifies as homegrown as well, even though he's Portuguese.
Yeah,
because
he's homegrown.
He's homegrown as well.
So that makes Cal always bangs on about a homegrown. He's perfect.
Yeah, he's homegrown. He's
Right,
homegrown.
homegrown, you know. Ronaldinho Goat says, Cal, how can people come at you for Taki? Nice guy, but not LFC standard. Not better than Markovic for me. Got a 17-year-old playing ahead of him.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if you're trying to draw me out. And then
no, I think he's got your back. I genuinely think he's got
Ronaldinho the GOAT. I said I'm not going to speak on Taki again because when I speak on him, I think people get it misconstrued with me trying to attack him personally or speaking about him as a footballer. So I leave it now.
It's a shot. Yeah, I hear that. Arsenal are Regent FC. Big at itself. He said, if we get a 10 million for Origi, sell him ASAP.
Nah. I'd rather 4 months to say goodbye than 10 mil.
No, I hear that. Red one LFC big at itself versus breaking. Divock is staying. Yes, we did touch on that. Big at itself for that, my bro. I'm gonna go mad through super chats, people. So bear with me. There's a lot to get through. So here's my rebuttal. Cal's lawyer says Newcastle are trying to sign Burn. What Burn worth 50?
I do find that quite strange. They've gone for Burn from Brighton.
He's like 6'7" though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he's a good player, but he's not as good as Nat. I'm really shocked that they went for him over Nat. I can't lie.
That is mad.
But again, Brighton, are they trying to do the whole take players off of their opposition to weaken them again? Is this what they're doing? I don't even know, but yeah.
They might be, bro. Ash, pick itself, bro. Says Sean Dyche did Google Translate on WeHorse, name translated to workhorse, and he was like, that's my guy. Love the fact that if Dyche keeps them up. Like, Dyche is on a mad thing right now. Man's looking. You know what Dyche is doing right now, people? Dyche is finally looking to put some seasoning on his chicken, isn't it? That's all I'm saying.
Do you know what's mad, yeah? Have you actually seen the reports of everything that's been going on around that whole like Burley thing or whatever? Like apparently that guy is that Walkhurst or however you pronounce his name has wanted to play in the Premier League for so long that he just like it's the first Premier League team that's ever come in for him. So he just said, yeah, fuck it. Imagine if he only gets 4 months and then he's in the Championship.
Well, if he does well, I think that's how long he stays, bro. I think he's there until the summer and he's probably gone. Newcastle probably buy him anyway.
He's kind of prolific though, you know.
If they go down, he's gone. He's probably got
a release clause.
And he's actually kind of prolific.
Yeah, he is.
So you know what I mean?
We were looking at him not too long ago.
Okay.
6'6", you know, such a Burnley signing.
That's mad. NGA Cassandra says Drift, Origi or Haaland, who has the better end product?
I mean, come on, man. You don't have to like draw me out like that. Of course it's Haaland, but that doesn't mean Origi doesn't have great end product. Shout out to Didi Haman today, by the way, guys, who apparently feels like Haaland would not fit Liverpool's team.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that.
Dennis Karai, they wouldn't fit Man City's team as well. It weren't just an attack on us.
I just thought I didn't know you know. I just tried to rattle Cal. So.
I
didn't see it. So I didn't know. I didn't even know.
Yeah, he reckons he wants to go Spain. So he reckons it's between Real Madrid and Barca.
Yeah, but he said Man United is the only team he thinks that he would suit in England.
Real Madrid will probably get both of them. Mbappe's going on a free, and they'll probably just play his release clause.
Have you heard Mbappe's wages?
Above 50 million euros. No, 960, fam.
Yeah, that's a joke. I'm sorry.
A year.
I'm sorry. I think Mbappe is
50,
generational.
50.
Mbappe's generational, but he's not worth 900 grand a week. That's a fucking joke, bro. That's
this is.
I'm sorry, but then no one's gonna look into this apparent 800 million pound stadium. Let's just have concerts at your like. I'm not even gonna go into this. And where Barcelona even getting the money from?
We've worked hard to build a channel here, and
be careful what you say, fam.
Also, I cherish my actual life as well. So
anyway, Real Madrid are going to get Pogba for free, Mbappe for free, and Haaland.
They probably will.
Yeah, all right. Champions League next season is going to be our
Bro, you're really on this. You're really on this Mr. Robot thing, innit, Drift? All right, bro.
No, I'm bigging them up, bro. I'm saying like raw, like they are moving mad.
Bro, we got
They're
Luke
getting
Diaz.
what's
We
going
don't
on,
worry
bro,
about
innit?
them. We've got look, our thing works. They got to
Yeah.
mesh a lot of things
We know
together.
what they
Yeah,
do.
I hear that, and they've got a couple of old men they've got to get out of there. But I'm just saying that's mad.
No, they're moving mad. They are moving mad. Big up
That's a
Dennis
summer
Cry.
you could only dream of at Liverpool.
No, facts. Big up Dennis Cry again, my bro. Even gentlemen, Arsenal in the mud. Aubameyang going on the free transfer to Barcelona. I was surprised when we bought a
Hold on.
player.
Free?
Yes,
I thought it was a loan. He's gone on a free.
No. From reports are
Hold
saying it's free.
on. What?
Reports are saying
Permanent?
it's free. Yes, permanent.
But I'm looking at the banner now. It don't say permanent.
No, bro. From what I've just read, while we was talking, that deal looks like it's going to be a free transfer if everything goes to plan.
Oh my!
We'll talk about that. Hold that thought though, Jiv. Don't forget, because we're going to talk about
When
that.
are they going to stop learning? When are they going? What the?
Let me read out the supers because we got a bag of them. We got to trust me. We're going to be here till midnight. Trust. Big up Evan at Super Chat as well. It's always love. And thank you again. And smash that like button. There's over 1,000 of you in the chat. It's all
Lee,
love.
you made a mistake,
Kopish.
man. You made a
You know what time
mistake,
it is.
brother.
Lee did a Coutinho, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Big up Kadir. He says streets will never forget. Hashtag Nat Phillips. Oi,
Never.
Big up yourself, Kadir. The streets will never forget Nat Phillips. You know them ones there. Him and Kabak, you know. Jeez. Promo. We're one Matip injury away from having two reliable centre backs. Quick one on that, guys. What do you think about that? Yes or no?
Well, Gomez is staying, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I reckon we'll be all right.
you know what? Yeah, just on that, because we're not going to keep on going back over it. I do think it's very disingenuous the way people have been smoking Gomez, yeah? And not only the whole thing of like the recency bias makes people forget things, but Gomez is such a talented footballer. And I find it very strange that we had three centre-backs and we knew we needed a fourth. And then we get a fourth, and then people are just so quick to be like, well, let Gomez go then, innit? So we're just back into the same scenario we were before. So I'm glad that Gomez stayed. I'm really, really glad Gomez is here.
I hear that. Anto Joseph says Big Nat was the best the best rated centre back in fantasy football, all the games he played. Also, so many man and match performances. Yeah, I think Drift, you alluded to that. You did say like he the games he played, bro. Nat Phillips was tremendous for us. And what's so mad is that he played better than the signing that we made, and that was obviously Kabak at the time. 100%. I know it was a loan thing, but he done better than him. And obviously we know about Ben Davies, that was always a hologram, so we knew that was never a thing. But fair play to Nat Phillips, he'll never be forgotten. He got us into third spot along.
Guys, got a couple people in the thing saying apparently now. Because it was Bournemouth that we're looking at him, wasn't it? And now it's looking like Fulham. So after the super chats, we'll get into that, people.
We'll get into that. El Rochi, big up yourself, bro. He's become a new member. Big up. Blessings.
And after we finish here, I'm doing a Gomez special for the members. So if you want to hear me rant about Gomez, make sure you check that out.
There you go. Drifter said it there. Ash, Mbappe deal works out as 130k a day. Absolutely insane.
What?
Yeah, we know. Let's keep it moving. Don't worry about it. Let it just go over your head. We will never even do that at Liverpool. Tahir Qureshi says Uber gone on a free. Uber signed the ting. NGA Cassandra says sold Origi on FIFA and he scored against me.
That's what he does.
Sorry,
what
people.
He does, guys.
I'm gonna run through these. Apologies.
Yeah.
So much to get through tonight. We got so much to get through. Peter R says versus MC Jota Mane. Versus Man City. Versus Man City. Jota Mane, Bobby Salah to start. Diaz D9 subs. That's interesting, by the way. Very, very interesting.
But that's squad depth.
But we've got squad that I was going to say. There. Ash, I love D9, but if he played 10 in a row, Bobby would be sat on the bench. Would all be money. Why is he played over? Bobby D9 is a great servant, and now I want to see him go and play. He deserves to have a career.
I agree with every part of that. He deserves a career, but I think only Cal would be moaning he's playing over Bobby. And even then, if he's in form, Cal wouldn't moan, I don't think.
No,
yeah, I was going to say, Carl's kind of fair with that. Yeah,
if it was
kind of fair.
5 games in and he wasn't doing anything, then I'd be like, well, this kind of has to stop this experiment.
Yeah. No, agreed.
If he played 10 in a row, he'd score 5.
Maybe.
I don't care who starts for Liverpool as long as we win, bro. It's as real as that.
Yeah,
No,
that is true.
Sheets Approved Tem says, I don't think Origi got injured. I really think they were preserving him to sell him. That's interesting as well. That is very interesting because you know that then picture of Origi that we just seen where he's just chilling. It does make you kind of think like, well, Liverpool just
and they never told us what his injury
safe.
was, did they? They never actually told us what.
They said it was knee.
Oh, is it? Oh, because I remember it was 1 week and then it turned into 2, and it was just like, okay, here we go.
It was a knee injury, but remember, it actually happened from if I'm not mistaken, from the AC Milan game. So,
yeah, it's quite a while back as well. Elisa says, doesn't that apply to Gomez drifting? I'm trying to think what that was regarding.
That was regarding on Taki potentially wanting to leave and Origi wanting to leave to get more minutes.
Oh, okay.
I completely understand the Gomez side of the Gomez situation, but as I said, I know I'm being ignorant when I say this, but Liverpool have to think about Liverpool and the quality of centre back that he is. I don't see the point in letting him go. I think Klopp should be playing him more. We had this discussion before, so I won't go into it. I think he's been kind of disrespected, and I think a lot of people aren't giving him a bly for how poor his form has been when he has played, based on the fact that his injury was worse than Van Dijk's. But Van Dijk's been allowed to play himself back into form. So when's Gomez going to get himself back in form if he's not played? And people have just jumped on him. I think it's very unfair. Because imagine Virgil, he's been rusty for a little while. So if he weren't even playing to get himself out of that rust, we'd all be kind of feeling that same way about Virgil. It's been unfair on Gomez. I really feel it for Gomez this season, if I'm being honest.
No, I hear that. And to be fair, I think the fan base, a lot of them do support Joe Gomez. I think obviously there's some that I think what it is they understand if he was to push for a move, albeit it being World Cup coming up, and not only that, him not playing as much as maybe he warrants. I think that's another thing as well. So I think there's a serious conversation to be had in the summer. I don't want to lose Gomez. I don't think Cal does either. Correct me if I'm putting words in Cal's mouth, but I don't think no one wants to lose Joe Gomez. So let's see.
I think he's the most slept on player in our squad, but we'll talk about that another day.
No, indeed. Rahil says Arsenal are doing all this for the documentary. They're doing it for the views.
I cannot wait to see All or Learn. I cannot fucking wait, bro.
It's just gonna be learning. Johannes says I think Taki was brought as a false 9 option and it didn't work out. I am Asian and this isn't about some agenda. Though I will say we shouldn't diss his body. No, fair enough. I think when it comes to the whole body thing, it's more of a case of, if I'm being genuinely honest, we would have done it regardless, you know what I mean, what race the person is. It's like,
it was definitely not because he was, it's definitely not because he was Asian.
And just to clear it up, Johannes, as well, I was talking about Kai Gordon and how he's on a popcorn and what was that? What did I say?
Yeah, popcorn and Chris
diet. So, bro, it's not even about that. It's just about them man there. Certain man need to beef up. That's what we were saying, innit? So it's all love, though. Big up yourself, bro, for the super chat again. Next one. Eastwood Henderson says, as I stated last week, we will sign in Jan. Origi will stay. Taki will go on loan. Hashtag Divock Diaz security.
Man, like Eastwood. And I always feel safer when Eastwood is around. I'm not even going to front.
Man saying a lot. Bigger Eastwood. And he's here again. Eastwood said, and Klopp, he watched the show before. Trust. You know he has.
And just Klopp in case he watches this one, we're saying,
a couple tickets, no man.
You know what I mean?
All jokes aside, I want to hug Klopp still. I just want to.
Nah, for real. And I'm good at it. A man's good. 1975 Jam. Big it yourself each and always, my bro. Taki has 11 goals for LFC versus Shaq at LFC had 8. That is interesting, Jam. I didn't even know that. But it just got to show you as well, Jamrock. You see, when a lot of people, and I think probably including yourself, stats don't mean everything, though. So, yes, he's got more goals, but who would you say has been more impactful? That's what I was going to say. Like,
it's definitely Shaqiri, but Minamino's had his moments.
A lot of respect.
I'm not saying
100%.
a word.
Minamino's had his moments, 100%.
Agreed. Johannes, big yourself, right? He says, would you rather make Thiago 26 or no more injuries?
I'd rather make him 26. My lord.
No more injuries.
But from about 26 to 30, he kind of didn't get injuries. That was the part of his Bayern Munich career where he was kind of all right.
Yeah, maybe.
It was more the earlier years when he was getting the injuries. From about 26, like think about it, like we got him at 29. The few seasons before we got him, he was all right. Like he was kind of playing every week. Do you know what I mean? Like he kind of got over them injuries.
means he's available for every single
I
game.
was gonna say
yeah,
it don't
all right,
even matter
you're
about the
right,
age.
you're right.
You're taking age out the
you're
window.
right.
You know them ones that.
Yeah, all right, no, you're right.
Big out yourself. Vince's viewpoint. Good lads. We bought the best player in the Portuguese league, a la Bruno Fernandes, but let's not forget the return of Harvey Elliott. It's peak. I agree.
The squad could be a matter next season. Quadruple could be a real thing next year. Let's not even get it twisted.
I agree with that. East Henderson again, big at itself, bro. Says training pitch secret. Diaz is faster than Salah and Mane.
Ooh.
He clocked a faster speed. I don't know if he's faster.
Yeah, I saw that. It was in the Champions League, obviously. That
clocked the faster speed.
Bruv, listen. I know Cal missed the little segment where
I heard it.
Oh, did you hear?
Yeah, Robbie did. Someone knocked on my door and then Robbie did an Arsenal in his nappy.
Oh, okay.
That's what we call it in our house. If Robbie does toilet, he does an Arsenal in his nappy.
Okay.
Well,
you know what? At his age,
can you take over for 1 minute? Is that right, bro?
Yeah.
At his age, he's gonna be learning all the time at his age. So
not that learning, though. He's a little winner.
No. Yeah, brown and green stuff.
I have to say, we have the capacity now. Right. We do. We really do. Ronaldinho, the GOAT, says Trent, Elliott, Salah, best right-hand side in the world 2022. Again, I don't want to par that sort of pressure on Elliott. It's a lot to ask for the kid.
Although I did get excited when I saw him back in training. I'm not even going to lie.
He's quality.
Yeah, I'm not even going to lie. Elliott's the truth. A lot of people forget Elliott's the truth, you know. A lot of people forget that, bro.
Shout out to Rod's LFT TV says, I had COVID, now got the all clear. Luis Diaz, big up, Rods. Hope you're well.
Rods, man. Bro. Glad you're all right, brother, man. Big up, man.
Make sure you rest up still, though. Don't go too hard, man. A-Spec says, Drifty, is Diaz versatile? Can he operate centrally? In a scenario where Jota is injured and Bobby's out of form, could we play Mane, Diaz, and Salah?
In the same way that you would play Mane or Salah, where they are capable, but you wouldn't do it unless you were really forced to do it. A little bit like on the right, because a few people have been asking about Diaz on the right. I think he's only played on the right about maybe 7 times in his whole career, so it's not a lot. So he can operate there, but it's not ideal. Do you get what I mean? So, you know, like we put Mane and Mo up front a few times, and it's not the best scenario, but they kind of can do it. Like Diaz is kind of in that mode. So, you know, but Klopp is very good at being able to take a player and adapting him. So you never know, innit? You never know.
Dodie says, big up Kopish and baby Kopish. I'm going to click out this video, birthday in 3 hours. And what better way to start being 19 than eating 20 nuggets and watching Kopish. Can't wait. Keep up the great.
Hey, happy birthday, bro.
Big up to yourself, Dodie. We're gonna drop
20 nuggets is our mazzer in a row, though.
Take time, bro. Take time. That toilet might not be the same tomorrow, bro. Take time.
Yeah, bro. We have to drop the beat for him, though, for his birthday.
Indeed,
Big up, Dodie, man.
Happy birthday, Dodie. Enjoy.
Hi, Cal. Sorry, just quickly. Deadline day bar is saying that Chelsea are trying to get the Dembele deal done, but they're saying that it could be a bit difficult in the time left.
Yeah, no.
Raw.
Yeah,
where did that come from, bro?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay.
Lord Walker says last star knocked out the Champions League by a team, then joined them. Kanate knocked out Leipzig, and then he joined us in the summer.
Yeah, and you know what I was going to say? There's a pattern emerging. Play well against Liverpool, they buy you. There's actually a pattern emerging, bro.
Mahbub says, Cal, I love the jersey. My brother got it myself. Yeah, you know, I got a shout out to mother-in-law because she bought me this for Christmas. I got it recently, so yeah, I've wanted this I wanted this in my collection for a while. So yeah. It's nice. Still, I'm not gonna lie, very nice. Sam Max Legend says, did you hear Roberto Carlos will play for Shropshire pub team after they won a raffle for getting his time swerving free kicks coming at you? Yeah, I heard about that. He's doing a little thing with eBay, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
I didn't even know about that. That's gangster, no?
Mr. Hairsmire Buttle says, if we get Fabinho now, right back, centre mid in the summer, or 2 centre midfielders. If out of 2 options, right back and a CM.
So hold on. So if we get Carvalho now, would I want a right back in the centre midfield? I'd want a right back in the centre midfielder, yeah, because Carvalho will play at the advanced point of the 3 midfielders, meaning there'll be less of a need for 2 midfielders, or 3 midfielders. So, but then remember that all depends on what happens with Naby, Jones, Ox, and you know what I mean. The summer's going to be interesting, you know what I mean. But I was right about especially if Nico's going on loan, that means he's not really wanted, so to speak, at Liverpool. So a right back's going to be a very important position.
Shout out to One Ton Super Noodle, just become a YouTube member of ours as well.
Big up, bro.
Chris Angel says Escobar's season is going to be fire. It is indeed. It really is indeed. Ash says Carvalho doing medical in preparation of paperwork being submitted. Some reports are saying. Hopefully that does happen.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Let's get that done.
Ash also says Fabrizio saying contract terms are agreed and signed, just the fee being argued over now. That
the
is
worrying thing is
all deals, to be honest.
The worrying thing is Liverpool argue deals. That's the hard part. When it comes to Liverpool,
yeah, terms are always
the hard
sorted
part.
before fees are usually negotiated, to be honest. I'll be honest, I don't know how I feel about the Nico signing, because
well, if we give them Nico, that will mean James Milner's going to be the one playing at right back, because who else
I don't
would
like
that
the idea of that.
Or Gomez.
I don't like the idea of that either.
No, but Gomez can at least play right back comfortably enough that if it's just for the odd game, if it was like 5 games in a row, I'd maybe have a bit of an issue with it. But you know, if you're just talking the odd game,
he's not a right back, Drift.
That means that we really are putting a lot of faith in the youth, in it. Like if you really think about it, I mean, because it has to be that the youth players will play, right?
Bradley.
Yeah, Connor. It can only be Connor. Like Cal, explain something to me right now. If you actually look in the squad and you're talking about players who actually play in that position, you've got Connor Bradley, you've got Nico Williams, and you've got Trent. If Nico goes, unless you are going to play Milner or Gomez there, then it's got to be Connor, right? Are we going to put that much faith in the youth?
I think it's a lot of pressure to put. I don't like the idea of playing Gomez, Kanate, or Milner there. It's square pegs in round holes.
But you don't trust Nico to play there anyway, though.
But I trust him over Gomez.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Gomez is a way better footballer, but Nico's a better right back in our particular system.
Are you willing to let them do it to sweeten the deal to get Carvalho, though?
No, because we don't get Carvalho now.
No, but I just mean in general to make sure he's a Liverpool player.
No, not for me.
I think Gomez can do a job there, if I'm being honest. I do.
He can do a job there, but look, everyone knows my thoughts on Nico. I'm not like a Nico stan or anything like that. He's a right back. I don't like this whole idea of square pegs in round holes. Let's just play the players where they're meant to play. Like,
I agree with that. But let me just ask you a question. And if your answer is thingy, then fair enough. If we were playing Chelsea in a cup final, who would you rather play at right back? James Milner or Nico Williams?
In a Champions League final?
No, in any domestic final.
Well, it could be the League Cup, for example. I'm probably gonna go Nico, Drift, to be honest.
Probably Nico.
I can't lie, I'm going Milner.
Actually, not. All right, you see the Man City game.
Yeah,
How
Man
did you
City,
feel when you
that
watching that
worried
Man
me.
City game? Because that was a prime example of man just targeting Milner.
Yeah. No, I hear that. But I still believe that Foden could have done that to Nico as well, though. Do you get what I mean? I don't think that was a standalone thing of like, because it was Milner, it happened. I believe Nico or Connor Bradley would have been treated the same way.
Connor Bradley, yes, I agree. I don't think Nico.
Not Connor Bradley though.
And you lot know I rate Nico, but there's something about like a very important game. But I'd probably still trust Milner mentality wise.
Yeah.
To play that position in that moment. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, but we'll see how that one goes. There's a couple hours left in it. We'll see how that goes.
Samat's Legend says, would you rather Millie leave or join backroom staff? backroom staff.
Backroom staff, 100%.
100%. Right, guys. Should we have a little like won't do this for long, but should we have a little laugh at Arsenal?
Let's just have a little roundup of all the teams, innit? It is Monday's transfer deadline day. Let's just have a little roundup of all the teams and what
Arsenal.
they've done, innit?
What,
We could
every
start with
single
Arsenal.
team?
No, but like the other, like the other teams that affect us. So West Ham, Tottenham, Arsenal, Man United. Just the teams that affect us.
Not in a rude way. The only other teams that affect us is Chelsea and City. Not even trying to be disrespectful to the other teams.
But we've got to play the others, innit? We still got to play Man U again. We still got, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like in general, like, and it's fun to look. I mean, we'll spend 2 minutes on Man United. They ain't bought anyone.
They ain't gonna buy no one.
Oh, man.
Well,
They ain't gonna buy no one,
their situation's obviously changed because of what happened over the weekend. News coming out about that. But
Are they gonna buy anyone?
obviously, Lingard was looking like he was going to leave. Didn't leave.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him. And I kind of get where they're coming from. No, I was talking to my brother a bit earlier on, and I'm not going to lie. Newcastle could take Man United's place in the next year or two. I get why Man U wouldn't strengthen Newcastle by letting them have Lingard. I genuinely, I get it.
It's not that. Think about the situation that happened over the weekend, bro.
No, I hear that, but I don't think that's actually what it was, bro. I do genuinely think it was more they're actually smart enough to realize that helping Newcastle in the long run could end up being detrimental.
I think they'd be short in that position.
Yeah,
They'd be short. They had to keep him. They'd be short. If it wasn't for the situation that happened over the weekend, they'd have got rid. But obviously, we're not going to speak about that situation either before anyone asks.
Yeah. It's too sensitive to just brush over it anyway.
Yeah. United, they should have got a DM. I don't know why they didn't go for Zakaria.
To be fair, I don't think you know what it is. You see, with Man United, as good as they are, I generally kind of feel like it's more to do with do players want to go there because is there an actual plan in place? You see, like how obviously Ralph's going to supposedly go upstairs, A player wants to kind of go to a team. If he's going to go on a 5-year deal, like he wants the team set. There's other teams that are ahead of Man United, isn't it? So like your Man City, your Liverpool, your Chelsea, where there's like a plan in place. That's why I kind of feel like Man United might even, I won't say struggle because they can offer money to anybody, but I don't know. Maybe Zakaria probably thought the path is a bit clearer. I don't know.
I mean, Donny's gone as well.
Yeah, I think
the Donny situation. The Donny situation makes no sense to me because if this guy was a bum, then I'd kind of get it. But he's actually a very talented footballer, and I'm very confused why Man United have messed that guy about. I don't get it personally, but yeah,
weird one, very weird one. Man City, Julian Alvarez.
I don't know much about him, so I'm not going to front. But I was quite surprised to see they signed a striker.
Well, I wouldn't say he's a striker. He's a forward.
Yeah, and they're still apparently going to go for a big boy striker in the summer.
Yeah, but they say apparently a lot.
No, so but with City, we kind of know that they will, though.
Is this because they know Haaland's going Madrid? I don't know. It's mad.
They're going to be in for Haaland. They'll be in. You think what? You think it's joke? You think Man City are going to not try for Haaland? They will try it.
Well, then maybe this means the end of Jesus. Then
I think so.
Potentially.
I think so. West Ham. Who have West Ham? Leicester ain't done anything. West Ham
haven't done anything either. They tried to get one or two bits, but
they tried to get Rafinha. Who else did they try to? They tried to get another big boy.
Rafinha, that was mad. I think they actually tried to get Lingard again as well. But that Rafinha one was madness. Imagine West Ham thinking of all the clubs that could try and go and get Rafinha. It was them. That was a bit mad still.
Leicester didn't do anything. Arsenal just stripped assets. They're selling their car for parts as things stand.
Yeah, we've got to take a moment of silence for Arsenal because I don't know what's going on. And you know what? Yeah, you see this whole like Aubameyang situation. I find Arteta.
That's who they tried to bid for. Darwin Núñez. Big up to
West Ham, you mean?
J11. Darwin Núñez from Benfica.
Yeah. I remember that.
Darwin Núñez. Yeah.
Mad prolific as well. The Arsenal situation. we spoke about when we had Laurie on. Big up man like Laurie, obviously.
Yeah.
The way Arteta freezes players out is borderline in like sociopath. Like you know what I mean? Like this power trip and this like it's mad, bruv. Like no one can't tell me Guendouzi doesn't get in their midfield now. No one can't tell me Saliba doesn't get into their defense. And Aubameyang should be playing up front. And he's just dashed these men out. Like get out. I don't know, man. It's weird. And if Oba's gone for free, you lot are telling me Oba's gone for free. This ain't even a loan. He's gone for, they just terminated his contract and just let Barcelona have him. Is that what you lot are telling me?
Put like this year. I'll just say this year.
What the hell? Sorry, Torreira could get in that midfield now. He ostracized Torreira as well.
They're with Arsenal, bruv. They're in the mud. If you've let go of still your best striker, yeah, for free, because that's apparently what the issue is. It's not a loan, apparently. Their man are saying that they'll just to get him off.
So they just terminated his 18 months. They've literally just said, you know, bro, we'll just rip up your contract and boom.
Yeah. Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
That does not make any sense, bro.
That's because they're in the mud. Oh, apparently someone said the deal is done.
What? How much is he on a week? 350, right?
350, yeah. But he was willing to take a pay cut to go to Barcelona, though.
No, he weren't.
No, he was, bro. He said he was willing to take less, like to kind of like say to Arsenal, you don't have to like subsidize some of the wages. I'll just take a pay cut while the loan's happening. Apparently that's what he was saying because Barcelona can't actually afford 350.
Look, it's a £25 million saving by Arsenal terminate his contract now.
No, I can understand that, but to not get a fee?
Oh, is it done?
Well, effectively,
like, not even to try and get like 5 mil or you know, like some kind of fee.
I want to know who the equivalent of Julian Ward is at Barcelona.
Yeah, bro, because how are they managing to do what they're doing right now?
He's like a hybrid version of Julian Ward and the old school Michael Edwards.
Because they were in the mud.
I reckon this guy's putting fingers in cigar cutters and all that to get deals over the line.
See what my daughter's doing to me right now? I'm Arsenal and this is Barca right now. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. I don't care. Look at this.
I reckon he's 100. He's putting hands and fingers in cigar cutters, bro. That's how he's getting the deal over the line.
Oh, bro, imagine this though. Their best striker is going for free. And not only that, do you know why I know they're in the mud? But they're not even trying to get a replacement even in on loan. Because here's the thing, they could buy an actual striker in the summer, right? Because they're probably thinking, let's not panic buy or whatever. Bro, go and do it on loan or something.
It's Lacquer and Nketiah until the end of the season.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing, yeah.
Eddie.
I mean, shout out to all the Arsenal fans that were on Google Maps and all that because they thought Isaac. Do you not know the story about Isaac?
No, go on.
No?
He was staying in a flat across the road from the Emirates, and some Arsenal fan found out the car he was in was bought, not rented. So them man there was just like, he's coming Arsenal then. And there was this whole wave of social media the other day that they were gonna hit the 70 million, I think it's 70 or 77 million release clause for Isaac, and they were gonna get that done, and that was how they didn't care about Aubameyang. Now they haven't done anything, but Aubameyang's still gone. I can't even lie, bro. I don't know what they're doing over there.
I'm gonna check now.
I don't know what they're doing over there. Yeah.
Let me check now. Hold on.
But then again, let me ask you something, and this is taking all the banter out of it. If you've only got one game a week till the end of the season, can you not operate with just Lacazette? Let's pull the banter to one side. They've got no European commitments. They've got nothing else, yeah? It's just one game every week. Their squad can survive that, you know. There's no strain put on it. There's no traveling. There's no nothing. Are we maybe overthinking it because we just want to laugh?
Drift, I'm going to read out Lacazette's stats for you. 17-18, 14 goals. 18-19, 13 goals. 19-20, 10 goals. 20-21, 13 goals. So far this season, 3 goals.
Oh,
You tell me, Drift. Go on.
Yeah,
That's their guy, bro. That's their guy, fam.
do me a
Okay.
favor, please. Wow, I did not know he was that bad. Oh wow. But
You still reckon he can
well, you know what? He's adapted himself into that type of player where like he brings others into play. So if Saka or Martinelli can get the goals,
give off, bruv.
if Saka or Martinelli can get the goals, then who knows, innit?
Drift Firmino has been out injured for the longest time, and he's on more Premier League goals than Lacazette this season.
Yeah, but that's
crazy.
because Bobby's
That's actually
different,
crazy. I can't even lie. That's actually
I
crazy.
mean, Divot's got more goals than Laka. But
No,
the
I'm talking
point...
about this is just Prem. This is just Prem.
Oh, okay. Boy, listen. I tried to be positive, but Arsenal, yeah, it kind of looks like you're in the mud still. But again, they've only got one game a week, so
one game too many for those players, bro.
Boy, we'll have to see. I wonder now we're trying to get Carvalho. I wonder if we'll still go for Martinelli because I'll still take him.
I'm gonna be real with you, Drift. Arsenal might as well just transition into a fashion company, bro.
Just make kits. No, they should just. Do you know what they should do? They should just turn into a kit supplier, fam.
Yeah,
you know, like that.
Just like swag and adverts, bro. That's
remember when? Shout out to all the old school man there. Remember when Sega said we ain't gonna make consoles no more. We're just gonna make games. That's what Arsenal should be doing. Don't worry about being a football club, fam. Just supply t-shirts, fam. You're good at that. You're good at that. You're great at it. Sega, they were great at making games. You know what I'm saying? Do that.
Pathetic. Them man are pathetic. Maitland-Niles gone.
Yeah, and they're just loaning out a bagger, man. They got more loanies now than Chelsea, bro.
But they've released as many. They've had a new fashion release this month as well. They had the same amount of fashion releases as they scored goals this month.
Yeah, that's peak.
More red cards than goals.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, their goal of the month competition is 1 goal. A tapping, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. You know, you're right.
When are they? I mean, there's learning and there's learning in it.
Bro, they are in the mud, fam.
You know when you watch like who can you know when Francis fought Stipe the first time?
Yeah.
And that was just all that was for him was a learning experience. He came back.
Yeah.
He's not a learning every year, but they're doing a BJ Penn.
Fact. Hold on, I got some news regarding more about obviously Fabio Carvalho. This is from the Echo. It's in Liverpool determined to avoid a tribunal for the 19-year-old and talks are ongoing. There is a potential for a deal sheet to be submitted past 11 p.m. deadline as per this one will go right down to the wire. Clearly, it's a case of we want to get it done. Fulham are digging their heels in, and it's whoever blinks, isn't it? It's literally whoever blinks. It's going to get to that point where we go, this is long. Or Fulham are just going to go, they ain't going away. Let's just give them the player. So let's see. Let's see.
Lee, I was going to say to you, you can come back and join, but you got to take this L, brother.
He's not allowed back now. He's always going to be a brother, but he's not allowed back in the Liverpool camp. Yeah, no. You don't do it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on... You getting gonna fool me again?
Man in the full mud.
But I had to give man the George Bush, bruv. Nah, bruv, it's not.
We can speak to man in the front garden, but he can't step foot back in the house, bro. Can't step foot back in the house. You've broken too many vases and all that, bro. All the memorabilia you smashed up. It's done now. It's done. Lee, you gotta hold this. You gotta hold this, bro. Join Newcastle, bro. Join Newcastle.
If it's really cold, man will let you stand in the porch.
Nah, he's not standing in the porch, bro. He's not allowed on the property,
bro. Cal won't even let him stand in the porch.
You man do this, bro. Lee's done us worse than Coutinho did. Coutinho Lee, bro. Coutinho Lee. Learning.
Oh, man called him Felipe Lee, you know.
Jamrock says Cal dealing with Raiola and his secondary clients is totally different than dealing with him on his high-profile clients and all his antics to deal with. For me, you either deal with him or you don't. And I keep on saying this, everyone keeps on throwing the whole business line at me. If we are going to treat Liverpool like a business, take all emotion out of it.
Yeah.
Business is cutthroat. If you want the best, you got to deal
So
with people.
who would be considered his lower clients?
Gravenberch and players like that.
Do you think Gravenberch is very sought after? I don't know if we would call it a lower
But
client.
his top tiers like your Pogbas, your Haalands, and them, man.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, in that regard, but like, he knows that guy's about to boss, so he's not going to be treating him like he's any youth. Do you get what I mean?
No.
Like,
Just Labs,
yeah.
think you missed my super chat. I don't think we did Just Labs. If we did, just send it again.
Yeah, apologies if we did, yeah.
Chris
just send it as a non-super chat then, bro.
Mazraoui is free in the summer. Yeah, spoken about him a few times. It looks like he's going to go Barca as well, though, from what I'm hearing. Mario says, bring your baby to work day. Drift misses the memo. One of them days.
Yeah, it is one of them days, fam.
Ash says, what you guys think of West Ham's bogus bids for Phillips and Rafinha and Nunes, making bids they know are getting rejected? Let's just say if we end up with 2 out of 3 of those players, we know what happened there, innit?
Hold on, 50 mil for Phillips. They didn't bid 50 for Phillips, did they?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Why did we say no then? I thought FSG would have jumped on that.
No, I'm talking about Calvin Phillips here, bro.
Yes,
Oh, did they? Oh,
Leeds,
shit.
man.
Did they try and get
Leeds,
Calvin
man. Not
Phillips?
Phillips.
I thought he was talking about Nat. Oh, my
No.
days. I thought he was talking about Nat.
50 million,
I like
bro.
Calvin Phillips.
Oh
John
my
Henry
God. They
was
tried to
going there
get Calvin. They tried to get Calvin and Rafinha. Oh, my God. What the hell?
Yeah, and the Rafinha thing, they actually put. I think.
No, I know the Rafinha was true, but I didn't
know.
know they tried to get. Oh, my God. They tried to get.
Yeah.
Okay, fair dude.
I actually rate the ambition.
That's not even ambition. That's a boy thing because they knew that weren't going to happen. They're trying to unsettle, man.
Yeah, well, gotta do what you gotta do, innit?
I
rate it.
Calvin Phillips, you know.
I rate it. Troy M says, give me your after transfer deadline top 4. I think the top 4 is the same as I predicted at the beginning of the season. So City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and United.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that. Although don't write Tottenham off if the players that Conte wanted are going to allow him to play the way he wants to play. That will have to remain to be seen. But don't write Tottenham off. But yeah, I'd go United for 4th as it stands.
Troy M says, see that vid of Jude saying, don't be silly when asked if you join United. Get the lad in Liverpool red. Yeah, I mean, Pogba said he would never go back to United as well and ended up there. So football.
I think that is a little bit different, though, isn't it? I think that is a little bit different because isn't Jude a Liverpool fan?
Bruv, Pogba said never would I go back to that club, bruv, and then he's doing dabbing with Stormzy, bruv. So
yeah, well, Pogba's an anomaly as well. We got to remember that.
Footballers are, bruv. Eastwood says Uber took a pay cut to get the deal done, preparing for the medical now on a free,
you know.
Free.
Let Arsenal see. Let's just get Saka or Martinelli for the summer. I'd be all right with that. Either one.
I want Martinelli.
Anas Yassin says, you hear Levy made 60 missed calls to JW. Man probably just saw it. He gonna keep calling my phone? He ain't getting the message yet, huh? I ain't picking up. You're in the game. Hold my phone for me. I'm gonna use the burner.
Oh man, I still can't believe that.
Have Arsenal released their deadline kit yet?
No, but apparently Aubameyang's going to Barca for free.
That's the deadline kit, you know.
Man said free.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
No
I said
money
Arteta Dackin
transaction.
plays like out like his Royal Rumble in the dressing room. If they finish Conference League, is Saka Martinelli hanging around? Saka
Bro,
Martinelli.
You know what Barca just did? Barca just rolled up there with coupons and said we ain't got no cash, you know. Do you know how peak that is? Roll up.
Everyone hates Chris settings, bro. Man said food stamps.
Eastwood says Can't hate West Ham's ambition. FSG need more cojones like that. Can't diss FSG at the moment.
Although I reckon that West Ham did that in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way where like, oh, right, if it happens, it's amazing. But they knew Leeds were going to say, no, come on, man, let's be real.
Mario says, would you let Klopp manage Arsenal for one season in 2025 and he wins them the Prem with it if it means he rejoins and stays after for another 5 years? No.
No, I don't want Arsenal winning shit.
Brother, I'm going to be real with you. If Arsenal get relegated, it'll be one of the happiest days of my life.
Actually,
Yeah.
All
the smoke, innit? That they try to give.
My real answer to that is she. No way, bro.
I get some people want like the teams like United's and Arsenal's in the league because it makes it better. But I'll be real with you. If I could see all of those teams get relegated one by one, season after season, I'd be over the moon. I don't care about those clubs. I only care about Liverpool. Like this
I'll
whole
be honest.
Competition, no drift. I don't give a monkey.
No. For banter, it would be sensational. But the league wouldn't be the same without them. It wouldn't.
It would to me, bro. Do you know what? It'd be even better, bro.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. You need the rivalries, bro. You do.
I don't care for it, bro. I just want to win trophies.
Yeah. The rivalry means there's no point winning games that you're meant to win, if that makes sense. Like I need the rivalry. I need the pressure. I need the heat, man. I need the hatred. I need it.
But we'll get new rivals, bro. Like,
yeah, not really. Not really.
Well, Man City a new rival. They've been enough.
I know, but
Newcastle be a new rival.
But you ain't never gonna feel that with the way you feel about Newcastle, the way you feel about Arsenal and Man United.
I hate that. Man City, you don't remember Newcastle way about Man City.
I feel a way about them, but I still don't touch the Arsenal Man United feeling. It don't, bro.
Well, Arsenal, I don't really see Arsenal as a rivalry. I just see them as that little bit of poo-poo on the floor that I step over now. Like, see, almost stepped in that, and then you just keep your day moving, innit? Like, geez, good job I didn't step in that. Can you imagine? Like, I'd have to rub my foot in the grass. Like, that's what they are now. Eric 22B says, report saying Fabio having medical now, even though deal's not done yet. Yeah, we hear it. AA says FSG in for the next 2 hours after I'm FSG. Look, I'm after the Luis Diaz. If they get Carvalho over the line as well, then they'll get Summer.
That's a bonus, fam. If
they'll get Summer,
that's a bonus.
Right then, boys. I'm going to share the results so far of the FPL. Let's see who's leading, who's not. Let's see.
Don't forget the poll as well, mate.
I won't. Right, guys, can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. So, if I'm not mistaken, Mark A wasn't top last week. I think it was Marcus, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So, in first place is still Marcus. Mark A is still in second place. 11-point gaps opened up there. In third place, AJ. Scoop is down to fourth place. Only 3 points ahead of Kuda. Canal is in sixth. Nathi is in seventh. Routon in eighth. Poundland FSG, which is one of the funniest names here, in ninth. 34 Liam is in 10th, up to 10th. Lockdown FC up to 11th. Big week, 50 points. Boss in Puddlefoot is in 12th. FSG James Burrows in 13th. Celta by Michael Edwards in 14th. Arsenic, the Invincibles, are in 15th. 5 points ahead of Mo Mane, Mo Problems, John Carew in 16th. And we are claiming that is Z John Carew because no one's come forward and dismissed those backs. John Carew.
Original John Carew, you know.
All 6'7" of him. As things stand, Marcus is still top of the league. Mark A is pushing him hard. Scoop, talk to us, bro. Talk to us, Scoop. You're pulling a bit of a mad one there, Scoop. Talk to us, Scoop. We ain't seen you in a while, Scoop. Talk to us, bro. I know. Big up to everyone who's in that league. Well over 500 of you in that league, if I'm not mistaken. So big up to you all.
Yeah,
And excited to see how the rest of the season pans out.
mad creative names as well.
Indeed.
Big up on the names, man.
At the request of Drifty, wanting to get the
Oh,
poll up,
raw.
which is-
Newcastle have got Matt Target.
Yeah, on loan.
Oh yeah, from Villa, innit? Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Still.
they were in negotiations, I think, from yesterday. I had a feeling that one would go through. So.
Okay, I didn't even know that one.
Hey,
I didn't even know that.
Listen.
All right. Where is this poll?
How you lot feel about Ndombele going back to Lyon?
Yeah, makes sense for them.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I've
£55 million option if they want him at the end of the season, but only 1.2 million loan fee. That's quite low, you know. I'm surprised Tottenham let him go for such a low loan fee, but
bro, I think I don't know, man. His mentality's a bit. I don't know, man.
I think he'll do well back in France, though.
He's not that guy, man.
Yeah,
Ramsey's gone Rangers.
I said
why didn't Newcastle try and maybe get Ramsey? That's like
he's injury prone as anything, bro.
Yeah, but he could probably bring a bit of that mentality, that winning mentality, though, isn't it?
Not if he's, bruv, he was at Arsenal, bro. What winning mentality?
I know, but he went Juventus, bruv. He's unlearned the Arsenal madness, bruv.
Has he?
Yeah.
I
He's
think
won
that
the
takes
league
about
now.
5-6 years to get out of your system, bro. Sam Max Legend says Dembele to Chelsea still on for tonight.
He's still on.
The thing about Dembele is he's a sensational player, but he's never fit enough to be sensational. So you never know with Dembele, innit? It's a weird one.
You know what our luck would be like, though, bro. You'd get fitted and you start tearing up the league, bro.
Yeah, it would be, innit? It would. It's like he finally stays fit and now he's at Chelsea and he just absolutely
I don't want
bads
to
it
see
up.
rock to the Premiership unless it's with us. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Right, as requested, here is the final standings in the poll. So the tweet is as read. Remember to take into consideration when voting team balance, player positions, and players at their peak.
Mad specific. Normally we just send out a poll and say who won. Someone
But not everybody who's going to do the poll will have seen the show, so you've got to add context. Context is always important.
There's
no need to hate, boys. I mean, Matt, you pushed me close, bro. You pushed me close, Matt.
I just know how the thing goes now, so it's not a thing.
How we never done it before.
Hold on, Matt. Carl's saying he knows how the thing goes, but if I remember correctly, the people voted him first choice, so it's not like man on his side, right?
No. This isn't about.
So how's man gonna turn around and say he ain't got the people on his side when they gave him first vote?
All I know is that I've never been first in a draft, so if I don't see me first in the next draft, I'm not gonna lie.
You can't ask for votes. That's
I'm not asking,
weird.
but I think it's only fair, innit? Surely.
Ain't
It about time I went first, no?
All I'm saying is I knew I was gonna get shafted when a large proportion of the end of that show was going through my team and trying to rip it to shreds. So I knew what it was gonna be. So I'd already accepted this was going to be the situation. So I'm all right with it. I know where I stand in this.
I mean, you're not all right with it, but I can understand.
I genuinely am, because deep down, I know for a fact, Drifty, deep down, it hurts you that I've got R9, Pele, and Neymar in my team. I know.
No, Neymar and R9 does hurt me, 100%. But that's not the point. The point here is whose team won, and my team. I'm not even being biased. My team is definitely the most balanced team. So fairly, the people voted.
In your opinion,
I'm gonna disagree. I think my team. If you look at but it's long to go into. But I think if you look at the balance, you see my defense, bro. My defense.
I mean, there's no point arguing it over now. It's done.
No, it's done now, innit?
Right.
We move on. We move on to the next one, innit?
I mean, next time though, let's try and have chips with salt, not salt with chips. Yeah.
All I'm saying, if you lot think I took this, if you lot think I took a Grizzlies approach to this one, the next drafts we do is going to be a very ruthless version of me.
Oh, 100%, bro.
Oh, well, you mean more ruthless? You mean more ruthless than be like, no, Matt, I agree. You should be allowed to get rid of Kaka.
Oh, what, you mean crying over spilled milk?
Yeah, I'm taking Kaka.
Crying over spilled milk?
Kaka Gate. No one's ever gonna forget Kaka Gate.
Oh no one's ever gonna forget you crying over spilt milk. Even she remembers. Look,
Me? At what point was I crying?
Bruv, you were crying, fam.
What you mean when I was just asking for it to be fair,
Fam,
where there's not a 2-on-1 thing? You man tried to rush me in the car park, and then the man them come and back me up. So big up everyone who came and backed me up, yeah? Because you lot try to rush me in the car park.
I made a mistake.
You played the victim role well, Drift. I'm not gonna lie.
But being rushed makes you a victim. I didn't play a victim. I was a victim.
But you can cry more. You gonna cry more for the next one? You sure?
Crying? Have you seen the poll, bro? What am I crying about?
Bro,
listen,
come on, bro.
Like, do you know one more song? Hey, guys, which chip shop should we go to get these lot there?
You didn't realize that. You know when you got Super Bowl, yeah, and you got adverts, you cut a promo, fam, in the middle of a draft. You know
what are we talking about here? Guys, this is getting embarrassing now. The salt is too much, man. It's getting embarrassing.
Don't worry, man.
Hey, Drift, how's Kakagate panning out? The gods are smiling down on you after alleged colluding.
I know, bro. They are. And finally, everything came to the way it was supposed to come. Justice was served in the end. You know what I mean? These men, they're trying to cahoots behind my back. I know there was some kind of secret messaging going on behind my back between these two.
All I'm going to say, cahoots. I'm going to go through past drafts and I'm going to show you.
And we're going to bring up all the shenanigans.
Oh my God. You don't want to become historians as well now.
No,
listen,
guys. Don't try.
Come on, man. Just take the L, man. This is embarrassing.
No, it's just about being fair, isn't it?
It's embarrassing, man. Just take the L, boy.
It's embarrassing what's going to get exposed.
There's nothing going to get exposed.
Are you sure?
Of course, bro.
You sure, yeah? Okay.
Of course. And if you're going to start talking about the Fowler situation, apparently it doesn't matter where they play, right?
Don't lie.
Apparently it doesn't matter where they play, right? Anyway, come on, man.
Lie, you know?
Come on, man. I'm going to need to have my own potato farm at this rate. You, man, need hella starch with this salt, bro.
Don't worry. What was it again?
What is it?
Fowler left wing. We moved. Fowler left wing.
Hold on. What is it? 3 for me, 1 for Matt, none for Cal. We were talking about the leaderboard. Is that what we're sitting at the moment?
It's 2, 1,
2
and 0.
for you, 1 for me. We've only done 3 drafts.
Okay. I mean, I was throwing in the golf, but it was a Christmas special. We'll leave it.
Oh, you want to throw in the golf as well?
No, it's all right. It's all right. We'll par it. We'll par it. No, we'll par it. We'll par it. It's all right. We'll par it.
I mean, if we're going to do that.
What about the football game that we played then? What about that football thing at Robbie's thing? Are we going to kind of talk about that as well?
Come on, man. Man was drunk, bro. Come on. If you want to get me intoxicated.
Who was drunk?
If you want to get me intoxicated to beat me, then fair enough, bro.
You were drunk? Right. Really? Oh, okay.
What about the quiz we did as well?
I don't remember what quiz.
Oh no, of course not. Anything?
No, honestly, what quiz? I don't remember being a part of a quiz.
We did a quiz, bro, on here.
Did we?
Yeah.
So who hosted it?
I'm not even too sure.
Are you sure? I know you look like to cahoots against me. So my memory's a bit foggy right now, but I don't remember that.
When it comes to cahoots, Drift, you and Matt cahoots against me in the golf and in this one.
Matt did that all by himself, bro.
Hold on, what did I do, sorry?
Bruv, you both said in the draft, one thing you don't do is let Callum win, bruv. You both
in the draft?
Yeah, bruv, it's on tape. You both said it.
I don't even remember that either.
As I said, I'm gonna start moving like Julian Ward now, innit?
Oh, look, Matt versus Cal was the... Oh, yeah, I remember that one when I hosted it. I remember that one, but that can't count because I weren't involved in it.
Drift, you didn't want to be involved, bruv.
No, but somebody's got a host, didn't it? Somebody's got a host. Hold on a minute. Somebody's got a host. What are we doing here?
No. We said we'd get an external host, and you said, no, there's no point.
Lies. Come on, Cal.
Industry exposure.
Cal, you're a Christian man. Don't lie to the people.
All right, so Drift, should we do it
then?
Should we do a quiz then, Drift?
I don't mind. I know I'm crap at quizzes, so you'll beat me on that, but I'll do it. I'm never afraid of any challenge.
That was the same response you did, and you said there's no point.
No, we can do that. We can bring in an external host, and we can do this, bro. We can do this. But I know I'll lose that. I have no shame in losing a game I know I'm not great at, though. Let's do it.
Oh, man.
And if I do win it, you're in the mud, bro.
You won't win that one. You'd have to rig that for me to lose. I'm not even lying.
Oh, wow. Man's moving like that, you know. Okay. I like the confidence. I like the confidence. Funny.
You lot know when it comes to the quiz and memory. And
no, you are. You are, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
losing.
he's fine.
You're when it comes to the quiz thing, I would say you're clear. I would say you're clear when it comes to the quiz thing.
With all due respect, I'd clear up still. Like,
All
Well,
right, let's not get carried away, yeah. Because remember the last quiz, I did push you. Don't get twisted.
well, no, prove me wrong, innit?
Did I not push you in the quiz? Or are you gonna try to say it was one-sided now?
I wasn't one-sided, but I don't think I brought my A game to it.
Oh, you would have talked
man,
like that. Okay.
man said he did a Jordan, Flugate. Man said he beat you and he was not well, bro.
Joking, I'm reeling you in. I'm reeling you in.
There, you, I'm gonna make sure again you don't win no draft.
But big up the people who saw sense and voted. Big up yourselves, man.
Bellingham video of him saying, "Don't be silly when asked to join Man United."
I've seen it. I've seen that.
Time Julian Ward gets the bag ready for Dortmund. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean,
look, I don't know. I don't even know if Ward is going to get FSG to part of 100 million on one player, but we'll see, innit?
Jamrock says, when we having a hip hop debate, fellas, I'm in. I'm down for that.
That's going to be a members exclusive, and I can't wait. So let's get that sorted.
Yeah.
Pimper Distress says, "Come on, gents, not in front of the babies." Robbie's falling asleep. I can argue now. Robbie's falling asleep.
See, upset, man.
Oh, it seems like Usman's staying at Bar, so hopefully it will be good. Eastwood says, "I will host a quiz bowl. #Drifty Security." Nah. See, when you put #Drifty Security, I'm not going to get robbed in a
no
quiz.
favoritism thing there.
No, but if you actually decode Drifty Security, it actually says unbiased and fair. Go and decode it. Yeah.
That's
Man said unbiased and unfair, you know.
Bro, that's basically us doing a competition, yeah. And then you see someone roll up and they come up to me and give me a hug, and then they just look and walk past you guys. You'd be thinking, bro, we're just gonna be fair here. I'm gonna be doing a Kevin Friend, bro. Anything you guys want to add before we take the people out, boys?
Bro, I'm just glad that we signed Luis Diaz, fam.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. 9:45. We've got an hour and 15 minutes and maybe a little bit of change to get the Carvalho deal done. I want it done because I know that other people might get involved. Do you get what I mean? And I want him to already be in the door and done, because I do believe he's a talent that is worth getting in. He's a wonderful player. So I don't want other clubs to get involved. So I know we won't see him this year, but I want Liverpool to kind of try and get something done so we know something to look forward to in the summer is that he'll be coming. So let's get it done, Liverpool. And big up Eriksen as well, back in football. Brentford, wonderful signing for Brentford. So happy to see Eriksen back in the league and healthy. And he's an absolute baller. Let's not get twisted. On form, he's an absolute baller. So big up Eriksen back in the league, man. Good to see you, bro.
No, definitely.
Guys, check out our social media for when we'll next be going live. We will probably go live between now and Thursday, so make sure you check that out. And yeah, gotta say massive shout out to everyone who joined the stream. Smash a like if you haven't already. Luis Diaz, hopefully Carvalho next. Do I say it? I'm gonna get an FSG in t-shirt if the summer goes well.
Wow.
And I might rename Robbie John.
Boy, let's wait and see what happens in the summer, bro.
Yeah, for real. But nah, blessings to everyone.
He's not even joking if we sign Haaland, by the way.
Nah, if we sign
Haaland, he's fully in.
If you lot think I'm shameless with Origi, bro, you ain't seen nothing yet. If we get
bro, if we get Haaland, he would never ever say a bad word or even just any type of criticism.
I would texture my hair and do the John Henry haircut, bro. Do you not get it? I wear the glasses on every stream, bro.
Man said he's gonna buy the hot comb and everything,
Of everything. But nah, bless up to everyone. Till we see you next time. Stay safe, stay blessed with Kopish and right people. Take care.
Big up, man. Peace.